Just stream today, so we're live. Welcome back, everybody. We're doing this stream again, Friday afternoon stretch. It's Friday afternoon here in the Midwest, unlike for you guys.
That's Friday.
PJ, are you actually from Scotland then?
I am.
Okay.
Can you not tell by his accent?
You got the brogue.
Okay.
Now you're from Scotland.
I gotta say, I think that's why the Critical Drinker his channel is so successful over here, is because he can do it with the Scottish accent.
Right.
A drunk Scottish accent. But he's from Scotland as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Critical Drinker.
Daniel, yes.
Yeah.
Daniel's basically about 25 miles from me.
Ah, right. Okay. He should really get a new camera, because his camera is really crap. When he's on, it just looks like he's broadcasting from the 70s or something like that. His picture's so awful. Just looks crap.
That would work for me because I do classic stuff.
Yeah. He was talking about Alien yesterday, was he not? Right. He was talking about Alien yesterday, wasn't he, or something like that?
Total Recall, was it not? He was on with the captain.
Oh, was he? I can't remember. I don't know what he. You know what? His stream's gone for hours. I only watch like 15 minutes of it, and I can't watch anymore. It just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? I was on his one when we were talking about Star Trek 3. I was on there, and that went on. I came in, I think, 2 hours into his stream, so I didn't brunt the whole thing. So yeah, he's good. I like him. He's a nice fella. He's a nice guy. And he's very funny.
I do enjoy his streams. They flit all over the place, which I like because that's how my mind works. It jumps between backwards and forwards.
I think he says
depends what I'm watching that week. Depends what I talk about.
I think he makes a lot of sense. I think that's why a lot of people, and plus he's funny, a lot of people gravitate towards his channel because what he says makes a lot of sense. So yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, definitely. But so what you guys been going to be doing this weekend then? Anything exciting?
Well, nothing much, just mass.
All right.
I'm just basically my watch list. My weekend is my watch list. I've got.
Where you got?
I've got to finish the first season rewatch of Blake 7.
All right. Okay.
Faulty Tower season 2 for my Sunday stream. Plus, I've got the Body Snatchers to watch.
Oh, the original.
Nice. The original 1954. So that's my tomorrow's watch list.
So I was telling the rabbi I'm going to say hi to Space Dinosaur. Nice to see you. So I am watching Blake 7 for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm now on episode 7 of season 1.
Blake 7 is an acquired taste. The effects are really terrible, but the
I don't mind that.
All right, the performances are brilliant though. From Paul, what's his name? Paul? Is it Paul Darrell? Is it Darrell?
Darrell, yes.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
What I liked about Blake 7 is, unlike a lot of the newer stuff, it doesn't automatically just throw everything in the first episode. They've got the ship, they've got the teleporter, they've got this, they've got that. It builds up gradually. They didn't even have the ship the first episode.
No.
Right.
Sounds
well, the problem over here, it's not available in Region 1 over here.
No. I find their chairs really funny because they have those big chairs and they have little sponges. Little sponges. How's that comfortable?
Sounds like Blake 7 talk to me.
That's exactly what we're talking. I'm doing a rewatch. I'm on episode 4 of season 1 rewatch. And I've not watched it for, I would say, about 9 years was the last time I watched Blake 7. So
I think I binged it every year since 1986 when I first saw it.
Oh, really?
I love it that much. So I'm glad to hear you watching it. And nice to meet you.
Right.
And nice to meet you, PJ. Sorry to just jump in like that.
Hey, PJ. Sorry.
Ian.
I just got here. Hey,
Ian.
Father.
How you doing, mate?
Father.
Oh, I'm all right.
Good to see you guys.
Fine.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Well, I was just on with Dan. Dan Hadley, your buddy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Would you? Well, it was a pre-recorded interview about Blake 7 in the States over here. This past Sunday. I don't know when he's going to post it, but it was a lot of fun. Good dude.
Yeah, he's good at controlling the board. Dan, very, very good. He's a very good host. He knows when to bring people in and stop them and stuff like that. In fact, I haven't seen anyone as good as him apart from Gary, I guess. Well, actually, no. Gary just lets people. Gary doesn't control the board at all, does he?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But
See, that's
Dan's
the
pretty good
difference.
at
We
that.
need to get a small channel doing exactly what Friday Night Tights does, and Friday Night Stretch is perfect for that.
That's right. That's right. The best people go on Friday night stretch.
Afternoon. It's not night yet.
Friday
Well, for me, it is.
afternoon stretch.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, PJ, my mate's been saying a lot about you. Retro's been talking about a lot about you, PJ.
That's nice to hear.
I like your background,
Yeah.
PJ.
Yeah.
Not that my ego has got anything to do with that, but it's nice to hear.
That's my kind of background right there. So
Yeah.
Yes, I was doing a wee bit more of a show just to expand that a bit, but this is just one side. The other side's all pictures and more of the same. I'm a bit of a collector.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame my OCD at all for my collections at all. It's just as my wife says, I get overly passionate about my collections, and I have to. Once I start, I can't stop until something else takes my.
The beauty of celibacy. I don't have a wife to worry about.
As they say, Father, I'm celibate as well. I'm married.
Also, the beauty of being a geek, I don't have a wife to worry about either, but for a different reason.
Yeah, or the beauty of
Although I
nobody
did.
wants to put up with me either. So
I've been
you know,
divorced for 25 years, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Freedom, too much freedom, man.
yeah.
Well, my comic collection is the only thing I regret. My comic book collection. I used to have all the Target Doctor Who books, and when I got divorced, my first wife, I basically had to sell them all.
Oh man!
But my comic book collection was mainly 2000 AD and Judge Dredd. I had the full 100, the first 100,
Oh,
and they got binned.
I did a what do you call it when they send you to school and put you in a job? Just for the experience.
Scholarship or something?
Yeah, I got sent there to the people at what is it, 2000 AD. I got sent there
Really?
because I was an art. Yeah. When I was a kid, when I was in my teens.
dude, that
Was that Titan Publishing?
Yeah, I can't remember what the company's called, but it was down the West End.
I think it's Titan.
I seriously can't remember. I know.
I
I
think
met
they're
Ron.
fine now, but they were something different initially.
I met Ron Smith, who draws Judge Dredd. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
And the other, the others as well, because they wanted to stick me in some hospital or something because I was interested in filmmaking. So they had like a filmmaking a department that shot stuff for operations. So they wanted to send me there, and I was like, no, I don't want to go. I want to go to 2000 AD. So they sorted it out for me. I was there for 2 weeks. It was great. The people were really good. Amazing art, though.
I love 2000.
You were extremely lucky. I ended up doing that with my father. So Terraza Monumental Polisher made headstones.
Oh no! Well, it's a job, I guess. I don't know.
I've got all the jokes. I've heard them all. Dying business, dead centre of Glasgow, usual stuff. But that's just my family. No sense of humour, same as me.
But what was interesting about that experience is that they literally drew everything by hand and had Tipex. See, I don't know if you remember Tipex. If they made a mistake, they would use the Tipex. So if you see it, the original when it's finished, it's all got Tipex all over it, and it's got like the bubbles stuck on it and stuff with Pritt stick, and it all looks very messy. But when it's printed out in black and white, it looks perfect. So that I mean, it's said today they do it with computers, don't they? They do the sketch and they get on the computer and Photoshop and they put the color in and stuff, and they do different layers. But in those days, it was old school, and it was black and white, and it was just. Rotary pen, ink, what is it? Ink stuff, Tipex, Pritt stick, and and that's the way they did it. Basically,
it worked, and it looked amazing.
Yeah.
As you said, the only time I've ever thought 2000 AD didn't look amazing when they went psychedelic in a few issues.
Yeah,
it was too. For me, that's what it looked like. It looked like somebody was smoking tobacco, and I thought, oh. I like the black and white. Even then I like the classics. So
did you used to read Deadline? Because Deadline was punk rock.
No,
Deadline
no.
with Tank Girl,
Yes.
and they had all.
Oh,
Deadline was pretty. I remember reading one of the intros to it, and he starts off by saying, "I brought some peaches at the market. Don't you think they look like bums?" And then he carried on to, and right at the very end, and he was going, "Yeah, they do look like bums. Lord knows what's gotten over me," and that's how he ended his thing. So it was kind of really weird. Deadline was really weird. Because people, I think they were on drugs or something when they used to write the intros and stuff. They really
I
were.
must admit, I've never read any Deadline, but I have seen Tank Girl.
Yeah, Tangle's
Loved
brilliant.
it.
That's where it came from.
I love Tank Girl. It's just so wacky. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Absolutely
And we have
fantastic.
Derek with us.
Hey,
Hello, folks.
Hey, Derek.
How's everyone?
We're okay.
See you guys.
how you doing, brother?
We got Ireland. We got Scotland. We got America. America.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
almost
have
have,
any-
the global geek gang here. Like,
That's
yeah,
We need
Yes.
an Asian.
yeah.
There's the West Coast Avengers, and there's the Global Geek Gang subs. I don't mean to make you guys subs. I'm just saying, Legion
Yeah.
had a Legion of Superheroes had a substitute Legion. So
Yeah.
We're the street heroes, and Gary is the heroes that are up there.
Yeah.
yes,
As
We're
I
the
say
side-
when
we're the
we're talking.
sidekicks.
Yeah.
Hello,
we
well, I
say
remember
the
when
West
Gary
Coast
had 10,000
Avengers over there.
maybe we're like the Defenders. So the Avengers were polished. They had the Avengers Mansion. The FF had the Baxter Building. They were all rich. Doctor Strange just had the same through Storm, and he would get together the Defenders. Just
Yeah.
when something was needed, they needed muscle, and they had no real organization to them. So
See, I would have put us down more as the Mystery Men.
Yeah, completely useless.
I was going to say, I just finished watching season 1 of Invincible last week.
Ooh,
Okay.
how did you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
wanna
I
read the
can't wait
comic.
for season 2. Season 2, I can't wait for season
Well,
2.
wait a sec.
they changed some
I-
things, but yeah,
It's very violent.
Yeah.
incredibly, amazingly violent. Yes,
Yeah.
incredibly.
What are you doing watching violent things, Father? You're supposed to.
How dare you, Father?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I already let it be known I like John Wick.
Yes.
For shame.
Yes.
I saw Nobody in the theater and I liked it too.
I like that.
That was really good.
I think Nobody's
God.
one of the best movies within the past year or two.
I agree.
Like,
Hey,
like a couple
Razor,
years.
How you doing?
I'm putting the link again in the chat for anybody that wants to join us. Just make sure you got headphones on.
Otherwise, you get
So-
that echo.
I gotta.
Yes.
I want to get Odin on one of these.
He's too busy.
of
He's
all
too
the-
busy on Gary's channel.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
No, I mean beforehand. I think I could probably get him
Yeah.
on for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Ring Odin. Odin will come on. Odin's a decent fella.
At least
Yeah,
I know
I-
small channel.
Odin even said he wanted to come on our channel too. So it's we've been trying
No,
to.
jump him. Send him
Yeah.
a fucking link.
He's from
Yeah.
he's from my neck of
Language.
the woods. Oop, language.
Sorry.
I don't have my
But
power
I
on,
be
but
talking like that all the time. No, but seriously, send Odin a link. Just bang him a link. I guarantee
Yeah.
he'll come on.
we'll see.
What do you guys think of Hollywood's attack on Superman then?
Oh, good heavens!
Don't get me started on that. One.
Do you know why they're doing it? It's because Superman is the last hero that's actually manly and
Yeah.
sprouts out
Well-
everything to do with being a man.
Yes.
You know, muscles, handsome, tall,
Alpha.
hero. They want to tear that down now. They want to tear it down and teach us all a lesson. They want to tear it down.
Oh,
I don't understand why they're
Very
doing
true.
it. Well, I do, but
Yeah.
and they
Two
want to make it
movies
black.
I went to see. I went to the cinema. Now, we had to cross over the hill to Mahara. There's two films I went to see. Was Kong. Obviously, I took the girl I was going with at the time, and Superman. We went to Kong, and some person, they brought their kids in their pajamas, and they didn't realise how Kong ended. The big 8 days.
Oh
You
dear.
know what I mean? So it was tears before bedtime. But we went to see Superman. You know what I mean? And all
Yeah.
the girls,
Yeah.
to misquote, what's the wee lady that follows Nerdrotic? But, the ovaries exploded. Because he's a good looking man.
See, this is the type of stuff I
But now
love
they
about
don't want
Jimmy
to do
Olsen.
that. They don't want to acknowledge that.
I've made it a point that I'm collecting as many Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lanes as I can. And I think I got a good number of the newer ones. I think I got all but 3 of the Superman family. And it's just this type of humor that I really love. The campiness of it all. I mean, the idea that Jimmy Olsen has a fan club all over the world.
I love Jimmy Olsen.
But you mean he's black now, isn't he? Jimmy Olsen?
Yeah.
On Supergirl and probably in something else.
And a cartoon.
And the new cartoon
thing
is
is, when they
coming out.
changed Jimmy
That's right.
and Supergirl, if they were going to change, they could have gone for someone who was a bit more nerdy. They could have. Was it Danny Glover that won it?
Donald Glover.
But basically, somewhere. But if they wanted to change his race, it was the fact is they changed his race and made him too handsome and too.
That guy was like a big athlete, looked like a football player. I mean, he was.
Oh, you mean Henry Cavill?
They're talking about on Supergirl, the guy they played.
Supergirl.
The one that played
Micah
Jimmy
Brooks.
Olsen in Supergirl. They could
Yes,
have made
yeah,
him.
he was-
if they wanted
yeah.
to change him, they could have just made him a bit more
Yeah.
geeky, and it would have been fine. It's
Yeah.
just the fact is he was suddenly this handsome
Yeah,
guy.
it's
It's
geeky
just
there.
that they,
like
What?
there, at least he's geeky, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
I
think
think
it's,
with us.
I think it's awful because when Supergirl started, she was really cute and she had a rocking body, that skirt and stuff, and you went, she's lovely.
Mhm.
And then suddenly she ended up wearing, I don't know, onesies
Yes,
and got a fringe, and it just looked like she was, just not. They didn't want her to be sexy anymore for some reason.
I think I watched 3
Yeah.
seasons of it and then I stopped.
So I stopped at the beginning of the second season when it was bad enough that it was getting really, really woke, but it was also the crap about pardon me, Father. When the stupid stuff they did to Monel, I just couldn't take it. As a Monel fan,
Oh yeah, Supergirl
Yeah.
was god
Yeah.
awful.
But I mean,
and
look at Lois in this one. She looks like a psycho.
Yeah, she looks insane.
Yeah.
she got them crazy girl eyes. Yeah.
Isn't Elliot Page playing Lois Lane in the
shit.
TV version?
Well, she reminds me of Mariner from Star Trek Lower Decks.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
She probably acts like
I've
her
seen
as
the
well.
images of that. So yeah, I see what you mean with it.
yes,
The thing I didn't like about that image was this basically Clark.
Oh,
It just looked too woosy. I know Clark was meant to be the weakling. He always portrayed as a weakling, so nobody. But that just looks a wee bit too much.
It's. Wait, where's the stretching? Here we go, stretch. Ah, there you go. There you go.
in with the good air, out with the bad.
yeah. I don't understand. As I said, well, we do understand, but I hope this stops soon because they're just tearing through all the stuff that we like as geeks. Basically,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing, and it's really real shame, really, that they're doing that. It's so annoying.
By the way, I
But
hope,
yeah,
you
Why I
like,
stick with
I hope
that.
you like
Say
my
that,
avatar.
The
I hope
interesting
you like
thing
my
was,
avatar. I have it unapologetically.
The goodies.
The goodies.
Excellent.
The
Okay.
goody gum gum.
That's the goodies, Father. You need to watch them.
I seen the skit of theirs after one of them just died recently, and I want to
Yeah.
see them.
Sadly,
Yeah.
Tim Brooke Taylor.
Watch
sadly.
the Ecky Thump episode.
Yes, it's very funny. It's very
Karate
I
funny.
wonder if it's on archive.org. Let me take a look.
Basically, the goodies is like the Mad magazine. That's exactly what the goodies is like. Well, when I started, it wasn't, but as they went on, I think.
Well, I
season
already
3,
told you.
whatever
I
they
saw a
started.
clip of the 2 Ronnies, and I want to see more of that.
2 Ronnies is brilliant as well.
Two Ronnies is good.
Yeah.
Father,
But-
watch the 2
That is-
Ronnies, the worm that turned. That'll
Oh
make
yes,
you
that's
laugh.
what's happening today, mate. That's what's happening today. The worm that turned, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it, Derek?
Well, the one clip I saw is where he gives the answer, and the guy's supposed to give the question.
Yeah. That's
Mastermind.
yeah.
The
You
mastermind.
know, Bonnie Barker wrote most of those sketches under another name because he didn't think they would accept it if he. So basically, he pretended to be somebody else, and he wrote in, and they kept using his writing, and then I think in one party he had to get up and say it was him at a party. So there you go. Well, Ronnie Barker was incredibly talented.
Yeah.
Anything he put his hand to, he was a great actor as well. Nobody realized that about Ronnie Barker. He was a great actor. He played Arkwright, and he was a completely different character to the guy in Porridge, to all the characters that he played in the two Ronnies. He was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Well, and even in Porridge, he did the voiceover, which he regretted afterwards.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
See, it looks like some of it is on archive.org.
Ooh,
The goodies.
Yeah.
good.
No, there's only one MP3.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks to VPN, I could tell the BBC that I am paying my TV license, so I'm able to watch show open all hours.
Ballard,
Open All Hours is
admit
funny.
that.
It is. It's funny. It's very funny. It's a. As I said, he's very talented, and as I said, if I weren't told that he was all those characters, I probably wouldn't believe it, because the way he plays Arkwright and the way he plays Fletcher, they're both complete two different people. He's
He
was.
sorry, I just noticed 32 Flavors is here, but not able to join us in the chat. Hope your dad's doing okay.
Yeah.
So Retro Dicky is here. Captain
Hey.
Cockney
No, but the thing
Scott.
is, with the leg star back in those days, they were stars.
Yeah.
And they made, Hollywood way. But
Yeah.
fighting,
Yeah.
dudes way and do it. And they were perfect at it. And stand for time. Laugh
Yeah.
Porridge. We laughed, open all hours,
Hmm.
etc.
Yeah, and the good thing about them as well is
Because
even if you
just-
watched them multiple times, different jokes always popped out. So
Yeah.
there was just so many things happening you didn't notice when it was happening. You'd be laughing over other things that was happening you would catch later on. They were just classics. They're basically perfect rewatch material.
The difference between them and Morecambe and Wise is Morecambe and Wise couldn't be without each other, but the two Ronnies, they can do stuff,
Yeah.
on their own. Like Ronnie Corbett did Sorry, which was quite funny. He did other stuff as well, and Ronnie
So,
Barker, did lots
Is
of
it
stuff.
a lot like a bit of Fry and Laurie?
Yeah, but where Fry and Laurie comes from, where everything comes from, is from two Ronnies and Morecambe and Wise. Morecambe and Wise was my favorite when I was a kid. I used to cry with laughter watching them.
I will say my favorite, I've seen only a little bit of Fry and Laurie, but the one that I loved was the Judge Not bit.
Yeah.
If you know which one I'm referring to.
I kind of.
It's where the guy is badgering his mom on the witness stand.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
the
lesbian?
mother was the witness, and the son was the lawyer for the prosecution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
That was the punchline that it was the mother, right? It was like,
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Continue, Mr. Lesbian. Yep. That was that's one of my favorite Fry and Laurie. Then that was a great show.
Yeah,
If you want to also try Alas Smith and Jones,
they're quite funny.
Oh yeah,
they came out of the same. What are they called? The Cambridge Mafia. They came out around with a lot of the people like Ben Elton and all them.
Not the 9 o'clock news as well.
Yes, absolutely. Pamela Stevenson, those two.
Yeah.
And Rowan Atkinson started from there as well. Yeah, they're a pretty amazing crew, and they were very, very funny. Every week they were belting it out, and I was just laughing. I mean, it's really funny because I haven't laughed at TV in a long time. So it's crazy when you think about it. Humor is really different today. I think it's loads of embarrassing humor now, and they're kind of funny, but not laugh out loud funny.
Pamela
Hello, everyone.
Stevenson sadly was on Saturday Night Live for 1 year, and they just didn't know what to do with her.
Who was that?
Pamela.
Pamela Stevenson. Right.
Yeah,
gotcha.
she was on 1984, the year that Billy Crystal and Martin Short and all of them were on. She was kind of thrown in the mix, and I think she had maybe 2 or 3 sketches and stood in the background for a couple episodes, and after that was it.
It was that was when she was on in Superman 3.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Superman.
No, I was thinking, I misheard that. I was thinking Supergirl. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Supergirl, the movie was horrible.
It was horrible, but Helen Slater was gorgeous, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I will say
Absolutely
Superman
gorgeous.
3 better than the movies we have nowadays, though.
Yeah.
Yes, but let's still be fair in context. Superman 3 is as bad as, and so is 4.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think I've ever
like
made it
Superman
before.
At least you get
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Supergirl had Faye Dunaway at her craziness. Faye Dunaway was so crazy. Peter Wolf, the lead singer from
Tool.
Jay Giles' band, who was one of the great
okay.
Peter Wolf, the singer.
Yeah.
One of the great party bands of the 70s, and he lived a wild life, toured with the Stones and stuff. When he was married to her, he could only stand her for 3 years.
Oh, gee.
Wow.
I
And
know.
he never
Right?
did it again.
I
That
know,
woman's crazy, and you could see it in Supergirl how just nuts that woman is,
Oh yeah.
but beautifully nuts.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking you were referring to O'Toole because he's in the movie. That's why when you said Peter, it's like, I think it's O'Toole.
yes, he was great. He was great. Of course, it was always great.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they made those people who made Superman the movie. They were.
Oh
very
well,
nuts
if you're
as well,
talking
those
about
two
marriage,
producers.
I second a whole lot after 7 years myself.
Oh, okay. But you know, as I said, you know, those people, they made Santa Claus the movie, which I thought was awful.
Oh.
That's
That was really bad.
That's the
With
Salt
Deadly
Guides.
Moore.
That's the Salkinds for you. Those are the idiots that before Superman the movie the first one was made, they hired Mario Puzo just because he wrote The Godfather. He wrote a horrible 300-page script. If you ever seen it, it has to be seen to be believed. But Richard Donner came in and totally changed all that stuff. They'd also previously produced 2 films, The Three Musketeers and The Four Musketeers.
Yes.
But they tried to make them as one film. Well,
Yep.
they tried it with Superman 1 and 2, and Donner was like, "Wait a minute, you're trying to pay me for one movie? I'm making 2 movies." And that's why he left. And you got Richard Lester to finish Superman 2, which I hate the Lester cut personally.
I
like the
I
Donner.
didn't like Superman 2. I mean, like, when
I
I was
didn't
a
either.
kid, I thought
Donner
it was okay.
cut's better.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the Donner cut, but I've seen the full 4-hour movie, Superman the movie, when they showed it on TV. I saw that. It's got loads of clips in it that you've never seen before. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh yeah, they aired on network television
Yeah.
a year, about 83 or 4, 2 years after the
Yeah.
film played in theaters, and it has added stuff, and it's even worse. Really, I actually hate Superman 2. Most people fondly remember Superman 2. I hate it because it was such a disappointment. Because Richard Donner was taken off of it. Richard Lester finished it, and he was the guy that did Beatles films. He made it too campy. The Newmans who helped really ruin the script. And the thing is, the Donner cut is definitely an improvement. If you ever get a chance to see that,
it is.
Wasn't it the TV version that had more in-depth detail of the structure of Krypton?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It does. And it also has a scene in it which really I just went, what? The bit where Superman saves Jimmy. When he saves Jimmy from the crumbling water, he flies up and he says, "Take your pictures." And Jimmy's taking pictures while he's holding him. Yeah, holding him, and then he flies him off. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah, but the Superman 2 extended cut on network also has a scene with one of the Pentagon villains, murdering a child.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Wait, what?
Yes.
That exists.
Yes,
That's
it does.
why.
Pablo, it does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, it's not graphic, but it's there. I mean, the kids running off to go warn someone from the villains in that small town.
Yeah.
And Todd Non takes like a police siren or something.
Oh,
and
here we go. We got it. We
goes
got
in
it.
the distance, and someone said, "But he was only a boy." And then Ursa says, "He will never be a man."
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh God! Yeah. This is just, I mean, why they would even film this? But that's Lester. I know Donner didn't do this.
Donner didn't do that.
No one may leave without my permission. I said no one leaves.
Hilarious.
We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
become a man.
I remember that line.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that and I was just like, wow.
Hardly fitting for,
Like,
for a Superman film.
Yeah.
But that was then. Now you can have him just destroying buildings all over the place and murdering people, and they don't care because they don't care anymore.
Yeah, destroying Metropolis, just
They don't care.
decimating it, and the man is,
I just think that the Man of Steel was the worst Superman film. I didn't like it at all.
It was the worst.
It's
Superman Returns. A Man of Steel is not even a Superman film, so Superman's not in that movie. But it's a horrible piece of garbage. But Superman's not in it.
I have a real big issue when he was meant to save his dad from the tornado and he didn't. It's like, what the hell's that all about?
Because Clark could have flashed over there, flashed back, and nobody would have seen it.
Yep.
Yeah. But he let his dad die there.
Yeah. Well, considering he was basically in the original, he was guilty because he couldn't save his father, and then they've changed it so he didn't change his father.
Yeah. The line was, "All those things I can do, all those powers, and I couldn't even save him." And Snyder, idiot's garbage. It's all those things I could do, all those things, all those powers, and I didn't, or I wouldn't even save him because I'm an idiot.
This is exactly what Hollywood don't get anymore. Okay, normally Superman has the morality of the Kents. The Kents are the ones that taught him how to be a man, how to respect humanity as a whole, every single life. So that's his priority. Then in every single incarnation they are trying to do, they change the parents, they change the Kents. They make them more flawed or lesser in morality. So you don't have the background for Superman to be Superman. And if you see the description for the new animated series, they basically are saying that Lois will teach Clark how to be Superman. And that, again, is something that came from the Kents. It's not even from Clark. It's from the Kents.
I just hope Lois can teach him how to be Superman just as good as Mikey Spock.
That's about what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. You nailed it.
I will just add a resource here. If anybody is familiar with the comedian Gilbert Gottfried, he actually does a really good podcast, mostly of interviews. And if you get a hold of the Richard Donner interview is really good.
Really, I hadn't heard about that. He interviewed Donner. Wow.
Oh yeah. He's done some really good ones. Of course, he'll go off on his own humor and stuff, but for the most part, he's done really well. I think it's over on SoundCloud or whatever. He puts them out once a week, and he's a really big horror fan. He's got he says he's blew some of his money, like his kids' college fund on he bought 2 life masks of Vincent Price, which to me would completely justify blowing your retirement. But yeah, he'll do that. He'll some of the body of interviews he's amassed over the past 10 years are really good.
Wow, I didn't know he was he did that.
I guess he was able to recover.
Yeah,
because his career dipped after the tsunami.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess him and Curtis Armstrong, the guy who was
Booger.
Yeah, used to go to the Forrest Wood. What's his name? Forrest Ackerman.
Forrest Ackerman, Mr. Science Fiction, famous monsters.
Yes. And would go over there and spend the afternoon. And Armstrong would say, usually Godfrey talks like this, but we'll do that out of the voice when he gets really excited. And he would be over there going, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" And it's like we almost got kicked out 5 times just because he was just spazzing out about all the stuff that was there.
Wow.
But
that's amazing. I did not know that about Gilbert. I love him. Forrest Ackerman was a legend. I mean, got to meet him one time, and he was a really nice guy, and he was great.
Well, at the store I used to work at, Pop Culture, back in the day, I worked there for 12, 13, 14 years. Bobcat Goldthwait came into our store one day, just randomly going down the road and came in here. He's like, "What's this?" And I didn't notice because he looked different than he did. This is after he was doing all the movies and stuff, and he hadn't been anything for a bit. And he goes, "Well, we got video games, we got comics, we got everything in here from like the 50s up to now, like any decade you want." He comes in there. He goes, "Really?" He goes, he brings his other friend in, and he's like, dude, look at this place. This is like, he came in there and bought a crap ton of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden he did the crazy. I was like, because I was on the other side, and I was on the other side cleaning some of the counters down because we had a lot of kids come in there for Pokemon and Digimon, all this other stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So we in that was during the Pokemon phase too. So it was just, we had a ton of people go in and out, and then he did the voice, and I came around the side. I was like, "Oh my God, Bobcat!" And he's like, "Brother," I was like, "Oh, dude, what's up?" he comes over, shakes my hand. He's like, "Dude, yeah, what's up, dude?" That was it was a fun thing because I met him before at another convention. And he goes, dude, you work here? I'm like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "You work here?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh," and I was like, that's the owner. He's real good. I've been here for years. And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Dude, yeah." He goes, just for that, I'm gonna call my other friend. They came over there. He came in and got some stuff. Like, I was like showing him the comics. Dude, he's a geek too, so at least
Everyone's
he was back
a geek
then.
today.
Yeah, like it was fun.
Everyone's a geek.
Yeah, it was fun that he came into the pop culture store. That's kind of the reason why I did, I named the channel Pop Culture too, because of that. Because like my whole life has been through pop culture, Superman, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, everything.
Yeah.
So,
Same here.
Didn't mean to hijack the stream, guys. Sorry.
No.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell a story. So give me a chance.
You talk about him being on animes, and actually that's part of pop culture as well. If you see Latin America as a whole, because anime was cheap, really cheap to get, we got basically everything that will come out on Japan, including Christian animes made for Eastern Europe, and that exists. This weird and really exists. We got before Studio Ghibli. I don't know if you ever saw Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, it is an animation from Japan from the 70s. But that was cheap as dirt. So we got that. We got the Superman movies because those were cheap at the time. But movies like Star Wars, we will play them on national television once every 5-6 years because it was so pricey to play them on national television to air them. Yeah.
Wow. I remember Star Wars used to be on every summer.
Yeah, it used to be on NBC as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could go back and watch it for the first time, not knowing anything about it.
Oh,
well,
but I mean, I've seen it so many times over 40 years.
It's great. I brought everything on Star Wars when I first saw that movie. It brought the soundtrack. I brought the toys. They're all gone now because the toys are all gone. I should have kept them. But everything I got on Star Wars, they brought the books, I brought the Ralph McQuarrie art and all that stuff. I think majority of it's down in my basement. But as I said, Star Wars had a huge impact on a lot of people's lives. It also created directors. If it wasn't for Star Wars, James Cameron would not have existed. He'd still be driving trucks. Do you know what I mean? That's what he used to do before he became a filmmaker. So, yeah, Star Wars has a lot to answer for.
Well, I think the two main things would be Star Trek was a thing that's one of the huge things, like Space 1999 and Blake 7, Star Trek, Star Wars, those, and then it just blew out from there, from that circle right there. You know,
Well, I said Star Wars made science fiction popular.
Yeah.
I mean, Space 1999 was great, and so was Star Trek, but they all were considered a very niche thing, weren't they, in those days, especially in the 60s? So, but when Star Wars exploded, everyone was into sci-fi for some unknown reason. Just like geekdom's exploded, now everybody's a geek, which is bollocks.
We all grew up geeky. A lot of people are now using it as a cloak.
Yes.
Honest, I'm geeky. Look, I've got one thing.
Yeah. No, you've got loads of things behind you. So,
well, I'm going to bring up Dan's comment again earlier.
Oh yeah. Look.
Hey, Dan.
Thank you.
Hey, Dan.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
I was going to ask.
I've been saving up for this for 50 years, so
I can believe it as well. Do you know who you remind me of? You remind me of that guy who used to do Finger Mouse. Do you remember that show on BBC One? He used to wear.
I need to
he used
search
to wear
that.
We missed out.
And
We Yanks missed out on that.
They did.
Yeah, but we got the Incredible Hulk. I mean,
Oh,
we
you
got
did?
all the
Yeah.
original.
Finger mouse, for fuck's sake.
Yes, we all had our
Language.
That's 5 Hail Marys right there.
How you doing, Iron? How you doing,
I am
pal?
doing just great. I would have been here a little sooner. I had to go up to the cemetery and plant some flowers, but
What the hell is this? I just found Finger Mouse.
Iron
Why?
Caster.
There you go,
Oh,
Finger Mouse. Watch it.
Oh no!
Okay,
I love Danger Mouse, but you're gonna scare me with this one.
Finger Mouse sounds rude.
I did get a package in the mail today.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
what
what
did
did
you
you
get?
I wound up getting the Shi Hayako.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh, look at that. This guy collects comics. He must have a ton of
let's
comics.
see if I can bring that up.
That's beautiful.
Oh, sorry, try to get the angle just right.
Oh, there we go.
Which
Hold
came
on.
with a bunch of. Oh, there we
Wow.
Is you got the signed Billy Tucci?
I did.
I wasn't able to get that.
Used to see in the
Iron.
real news.
Oh, that.
And on the back.
Not Billy Tucci.
Yeah. I wanted to get that so much, but I didn't have the money.
Which
Man,
I also
that-
got with it.
Oh, okay.
That's
Also,
excellent.
really nice print.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
And all
You
the
back a-
trading
you back-
cards.
You back a lot
Wow.
of these. Back a lot of these things, don't you, bud?
Oh, yeah. I think over the last 6 months, there's been about 11 or so that I wound up backing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
That
Well,
pissed insane.
Got all kinds of trading cards here. I can. So
I
some
don't
of
know.
the variant covers they did.
there you go.
Have you got the Star Wars trading cards? I haven't seen them in years.
Oh no,
yeah.
I've got a couple of the 93, 94 Marvel sets.
Oh no, not them.
remember
Those are really
when?
cool.
Remember when the Star Wars comics used to be this sexy and badass at the same time?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sort of
Especially-
like these ones, like these cards.
these cards are brilliant.
Yeah.
But the women are drawn correctly. They're proportionate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Billy's always done a good job
Oh,
at
yes.
it, and I'm, he's just been a super badass.
But even if
drawing.
they weren't, and their parts were exaggerated, it doesn't matter to me. Especially if the art is fantastic, and the colors and everything. I don't understand.
You have to remember, I've
I think
seen
it's my
one,
favorite one.
where somebody tried to do a ninja
Really,
woman
it's even
similar to
covered with
this,
gold.
but the
Yeah.
legs were just way too long, and it's the person who's drawing it didn't know how to draw proportions.
Yeah.
and it was just horrible. And it was like they're trying to draw sexy or just something interesting, and they just couldn't do it. And
Sort
that's
of like
exactly-
modern comics.
Well, modern comics is something else.
Modern
I think
comics,
that
it depends what you get.
Yeah.
I'm finding that the indie comics are better stories, and they're actually going up in value because I just picked up number 2 of Geiger this week,
Mm.
and the comic book store is selling number 1 for $12.
Ooh.
And I paid $4 for it originally.
I just got back from the comic shop for the first time in 6 months. It's never in my life since there have been comic shops have I gone that long without going to one, and I didn't buy anything. Just went to visit a friend and hang out with a friend. And look at the rack. I'm looking at this rack of new.
Well, let me see if I can bring up the one I just.
Ugh.
I've not
Sure,
been
the
to
one I
a
bought this
comic
week.
store for comics for about 4 or 5 years.
No,
I was
I
a big
haven't been,
Spider-Man, and I just got to the point when they changed Doc Ock, the Spectacular Spider-Man, when Doc Ock became Spidey.
Oh, yeah, that was
I couldn't handle it. And
Yeah.
but seeing that, I'm
Superior
waiting for
Spider-Man.
sets coming through. I got the Rabbis and I got Sentinel
Dan-
Comics.
Well, Dan Slott's
series.
garbage. So, yeah.
That's
So this
great,
is
Tom.
one I just picked up this week. This is their variant. Basically, they've been doing like horror posters. You see,
I like that one.
Okay.
wait till you see the first one.
That's great.
But I mean, it's a good story. I don't want to give it away, but I mean, the first issue is selling again. I've seen it for like $12 already. This one I paid $4 for. But I'm buying more stuff from Image and IDW and Black Horse than Marvel or DC.
Well,
Marvel
they're
and
done for,
DC
aren't
are
they?
dead.
Yeah, they're done for. They're
Yeah,
real waste
they're
of our time.
gone.
Like
They
it's at a
did.
point where I'm at a point
Yeah,
where basically anything I see with Boom on it, I buy.
I remember getting really excited when I saw Superman versus Spider-Man, that comic, and I so wanted that comic. When I got it, it wasn't a disappointment. It was really good, really, really good. They don't do things like that anymore. It's just all woke rubbish, isn't it? Absolute rubbish.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Spider-Man Deadpool team up was pretty good. I have the
I've
whole
never
set
read
of
that
that.
one. All right, I've never read it. I know there's Judge Dredd versus Batman. I got 2 of them because they were part 1 and part 2. I got
Did
them.
you see the Judge Dredd versus Batman versus Alien?
No, is that good?
I'll tell you
It's
what.
not, believe it or not, it's that just
There you go.
There was one on YouTube. Someone did, and that is spectacular.
All right.
Oh, Iron bust out with it right there.
Hey, you can thank my laziness for not putting it away.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see.
It's a long time since I've read a
And-
comic, actually.
It's the same year.
All
The
of
first
ones-
year I've been doing it, just getting comics at Comic Cons, and it's all been independent ones. I've not really been purchasing them.
What you got
These
there,
are the ones
Father?
I'm going to send off to get graded.
Have a
So
look.
this is the eighth version or the 8th printing of the first issue of Something is Killing the Children. And to get it, you had to buy the 1st and 2nd Berserker. I did buy a 1 in 25 of this first issue of that. So I'm going to get that graded. This is a clown comic. And I have the first issue, but I bought the second one. You can see how much they were already charging for it.
$9.99.
This is from the company that did the Ice Cream Man.
Is
This
that comic
one, I'm
about
surprised. This one's
Ooh,
selling
just
for
killing
$300.
Wow, what?
What?
Wow.
Graded, it's going for $600.
Wow.
Again, they just printed the 8th printing of it.
Yeah, they're going to rename that to Hollywood. It's Killing the Children.
This was
So-
number 1 Deadpool, Spider-Man. Then the classics.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, love
that
that.
is a classic. That is a classic.
They might cancel you for that one.
Figured
Yeah.
Doomsday Clock, I'll get that one. Then
Which number was that?
Number 1.
Okay.
Elmer
Yeah,
Fudd.
Elmer Fudd.
A true classic.
Yeah,
Doomsday
that was a really good
Clock, yeah.
comic.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Oh, mine.
Ooh.
That's a very expensive comic right
Yes.
there, depending on the condition.
Yeah.
Look at the.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you got some. I mean,
The
yeah, you got some
cat.
chewed up spine there, but
Yeah,
they'll
no.
grade it for you. It won't grade out super high, but still.
No, it'll
Well, I
be it'll
mean,
be decent.
Yeah, I'd
enough.
slab. Yeah, you can slab it though, since it's probably pretty fragile.
I
right
paid
now.
40 for it.
Hmm?
I paid $40 for it.
Okay.
Oh, it's
40.
not too bad, but you might want to slab that one.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting it back into the box
Oh, there you go.
when it gets sent off.
It's huge.
Yeah, can't take it to heaven with you, mate. I tell you that for nothing.
No, but it's a good retirement thing.
I know you said that last time.
Actually, you don't know. Father probably can actually. He probably has special dispensation to take.
He probably does.
Yeah.
With him.
Father is like, all my
No.
comics go to heaven with me.
No.
Free shipping.
So I try not to be religious on this one, but I would just say the parable of the guy that thought he had everything. He could sit back, eat, relax, and be merry. But that night his life was demanded of him.
There you go.
And that's the religion part of this segment.
That's okay.
Does anybody collect soundtracks? I got this one.
I love them. I don't collect them, but oh my, John Williams. John Williams is a genius of all.
John Williams, and it's got all the stuff in there as well. It's got the little booklet. I've still got this. That's in there as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that from the cassette?
It's CD. It's a CD, but it's got the little booklet and stuff in there. It's really cool.
One of the
got
greatest.
loads of these.
What's the cover of that one again? Let's see.
Indiana Jones.
Yep. I love the fact that it says Raiders of the Lost Ark. I can't stand it when they started changing those DVDs and stuff like that. Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I hate that.
Yeah. It's the one, the special edition. John Williams got extra tracks on it and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest movie soundtracks of all time.
Oh God, yes. Oh yes.
Yes.
While he's looking for another one, it just mentioned a TV show that is now on IMDb for free. It's called The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
I've
done a review of it.
Don't say that to Farvey. Go mental.
Every couple of years, I binge that every couple of years. I've loved it since it came on. It's one of the greatest shows ever.
Yeah, written by the gentleman who wrote The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Jeffrey
There's
Bone.
a YouTube channel that broke down the TV show. There is like every second of The Last Crusade is spread throughout the 22 episodes of Briscoe County Jr.
That
If
is
you look for it.
a great show. I love it so much.
Yeah, Briscoe County Jr.
Briscoe, the amount of training they went into, even to do like the gunslinging, just so he looked natural. And it was one of the last time a lot of original Western movie props were actually on screen, because it was as they were clearing it all out, they were using it.
Now, here's the thing that I had gotten. Nephew works in Hollywood. I was talking to a guy who said he worked on the set, and one of the things that they were trying to do, if you remember, toward I think it's the 20 or 21st episode, they're enlisted as federal agents and they meet the president.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What he was saying was what they were trying to do for that scene was they were going to meet the head of the OSS, and they were trying to get Robert Conrad.
That would have been fantastic. Wild West is a great show.
But this is at the time Wild West. Yes, there you go. Oh, wow. How did you get that?
Yeah, I have that set. That set
Okay.
doesn't have the revival movies that they did later, but it's
No, it doesn't.
It's got it all though.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Yeah, but there was a whole. They were trying to get him for that one part, and they couldn't call him Jim West. They just referred to him as the director, and they were going to have some fun interplay. Say, oh, he was in the '60s. The assassination of the president, the war, and then they're referring to the 1860s, not the 1960s. But they were going to have that play.
Yeah,
that would have been great. Artemis. By the way, Ross Martin was a genius.
Yes.
What a great character. Yes.
Because they did that right at the beginning of Briscoe. They had a lot of the old Western gunfighters as the barons. So they did.
Yeah.
And they did that deliberately because these guys were iconic growing up.
They had Stuart Whitman. They had James Drury from the Virginians.
Yeah.
I found out that the guy that played Loveless was trying to be a monk before he became an actor.
Michael Dunn?
Yes.
I think that's
a monk.
Yeah, Michael Dunn. He was on Plato's Stepchildren episode of Star Trek, in fact.
Yeah.
And he was one of the greatest villains of TV history. Miguelito Loveless.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, there's just so many things in this thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Oh,
wow.
and PJ, in Briscoe County Jr., there was one other cameo in the first episode. The train was the same train that was used in Back to the Future 3.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. That was. I did see that.
Wow.
It was mentioned in the extras. It's a really good. I must admit, I love Briscoe. I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan. And I can't help it. But first time I saw Briscoe, I basically just got me hooked.
Every time they showed this guy, one of these secret agent guys that they meet for like a cameo, a few seconds, he sort of looked like Robert Conrad. And the music they're playing when they showing this guy, because he's like the secret, popping up with the Secret Service, giving what's his name, Socrates some orders, and they're playing something very reminiscent of the Wild Wild West theme.
Yeah,
really low, where it's like a total homage to it.
Who wrote that theme for Wild Wild West?
Oh,
anybody know?
Not Will Smith.
Yeah, not Will Smith.
Wiki.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
That was a terrible movie.
John Williams wasn't around back then, but he didn't do that one.
Yeah, he did. John Williams did a lot. He did Land of the Giants. He did Voyage of the Bottom of the Sea, Lost in Space. You know, he did loads. Absolutely loads.
I don't know who did
those are classic programs you just mentioned. Watched them all.
Yeah, I did too.
Land of the Giants, I remember, was just amazing.
Oh shit!
I liked the flying sub in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yeah.
The yellow thing that used to fly in the air. I wanted that as a toy as a kid. I couldn't get it though.
We found like tons and tons of that model, like at a toy warehouse we raided back in the early '80s from a shop I was working for. Like 50 of the flying sub for some reason.
Wow, crazy.
I love that.
And what was that TV show? It was kind of like Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, but it had the guy that was in Jaws.
Oh, Sequest.
Sequest.
Oh, yeah.
That was okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I quite enjoyed it. The first season was
Roy Scheider,
more science, but after that it became more science fiction.
Yeah.
Yes. They actually found monsters.
Roy
and
Snyder.
everything. Yep.
Yeah, Roy Snyder.
Blue
Yeah.
Thunder.
Roy Scheider.
Yes, he was in Blue Thunder.
The movie.
You had the DeLuise boys in it as well.
Yeah.
Sequest.
And Sequest had the Einstein the Smart Dolphin.
Yes. Oh
Yep.
God. Yeah. Yes.
That
never
was on an episode.
I think he joined Richie Cunningham's older brother in the later seasons.
The thing is, though, people don't remember these. They don't remember these obscure TV shows, do you know? I mean, like Street Hawk. Anybody remember Street Hawk?
Street Hawk.
Yeah. Street Hawk.
Street Hawk with the motorbike.
Right,
doing the 180
episodes.
Well, like I said, I just bought the I bought the Flash from 1990 on DVD.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the
that's
movie
it.
for the first time in 30 years, and I loved it.
Yeah, well worth it.
Okay,
Here's
the
a series they
classic
need to
season of
redo.
Flash, the TV and Flash was great.
Ian, you mentioned Street Hawk. My retro blasting friends about a year or two ago my friend, she did a whole podcast about Street Hawk.
Oh
When I
wow!
saw they were doing it, I'm like, wow, someone remembers Street Hawk. I didn't know it was to actually do a whole show about it. Only 8 episodes, but yeah.
It's
So there's
available
someone
on
out there.
Amazon.
I've got a list of vehicles I still
South
want, and
Factory.
Street Hawk is on the list of vehicles I want for my collection.
But the worst show was definitely Manimal.
Yes.
Remember Manimal?
Oh, Manimal was awesome.
What? 8 episodes and it was pulled after 8 episodes.
Even I watched Manimal. Do you know what it reminded me of? Remember? The size of an elephant. It was
that
the
was,
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, that was Banana Splits. That was in
The banana splits,
wasn't it?
and
Yeah.
that's what it reminded me of.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
Yeah.
Let me see if any one of you have seen this show. Jericho is the first one. Did anyone saw Jericho?
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does
Ended on
anyone
a
saw?
cliffhanger.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
ended
it
on a cliffhanger. And
Oh,
we
I
will
hated
never...
that.
Yeah,
But the
man.
second season came out then, and the second season wasn't that good.
Of
No.
what? Of
Never
what
saw
one?
it.
Jericho.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
came
that's
out with the second season because there was such a demand for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Here's
Okay.
here's the show that needs to be rebooted. Is anybody from the late 70s called Salvage?
Salvage
yes!
Salvage 1. Andy
Andy
Griffith.
Griffith.
Yeah, with
That
Andy
show,
Griffith.
I don't want it rebooted. It was that would ruin it, but that was
It's
a great.
I'll bring
it
up
was
a
great.
trailer.
I just can't see in these days of trying to recycle stuff, and we have odd multimillionaires trying to go to space. You've got some just complete nut job says, "Hey, well, screw Elon Musk. We'll
They
build
would-
our own rocket, and we'll go ahead of them all."
Like,
I'd love to see that today.
They would
Here we
ruin
go.
it, but that show was great. It was
Yeah.
short-lived, but Andy Griffith is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And that's out on Warner Archives. Put it out on DVD. Believe it or not.
This is the
Here we
second
go.
series, and let's see if anyone ever watched this series. It's the Tarzan 90 series, but it had mystical elements and super sci-fi elements. So there was something about aliens, and they had a lot of mysticism. Tarzan from the
Okay.
90s.
So
What's
I'm
the
going to
show
play the
called?
trailer for Salvage 1, or the opening credits.
And
love
if
this show.
anybody has a model of the Vulcan one, or the Vulcan one, I'd love to see it.
I've
The
never
what?
seen that before in my life. I must
No,
admit,
but-
it's one of the few I've
I've
never
never
seen.
even heard of this.
Oh,
was a
this
good
is
show.
awesome.
We'll start over again then.
Once upon a time, a junk man had a dream.
What the hell is
Build a
this?
spaceship, go to the moon, salvage all the junk that's up there, bring it back, sell it.
So he put together a team, an ex-astronaut,
Okay.
a fuel expert. They built a rocket ship, and they went to the moon.
They wouldn't be allowed to
Who
get
knows
out
what they'll
of
do
the
next?
atmosphere if they did that.
I love this show.
Look who the cast is, though.
Andy
Yeah.
Griffith,
Andy
man.
Griffith, Richard Jenkins,
Yeah, Richard Jacobs on it. Yeah, and him.
Joel.
This is amazing.
Oh, it's
Yeah, this
great.
is
I
a
kind
fun
of
show.
watch this.
Yeah, Richard Jenkins. Who else was in this?
It didn't last
It did a season, like a season and a half.
maybe a season.
Is this a comedy, by the way?
No,
No, well, kind of
but
an
it's
adventure.
lighthearted. Late 70s, early 80s.
But they also did a model for the rocket
The
called,
rocket.
which
Really?
was the Vulture One, and they're out there. I'd love to find one.
Real. I've not seen that. Oh my
You
god.
could build the
Okay.
model of Vulcan One.
So it looks like you can
Wow.
watch the first season on
Vulture One
YouTube.
up there.
Yeah, and they actually put it on DVD on Warner Archive. I think did this. There's the pilot, then there's the series.
Yes.
So I do have one album. Well, I have a bunch of. I have one. I have one album I can show off.
Go on in. Go on in.
We'll just.
That was a fun show.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you swine. Wow.
Beautiful. That's
particularly.
That's the
That's
back.
fantastic.
Turn
Yes.
it to the
The
front.
original.
Oh, yeah.
Just
You
Star
got
Wars.
around
Just
it, you can
Star
see that lovely wear line
Wow.
that says, "I'm a classic."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice circle.
And then we open this up.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, we-
I used to have this.
They look so good too.
Yes.
Have you got Empire?
I do not yet.
Has that booklet in Empire? The booklet in the middle of the two discs.
Oh
in
yeah,
Empire.
I had
And
them. I don't have it
We'll have
vinyl
with it.
anymore. I love vinyl. I don't have it
little John Williams.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Intro.
Beautiful.
Terrific stuff.
That's
Absolutely
great stuff,
terrific.
man. Very
Yeah.
nice. That's
I
a
gotta
whole
admit that
topic. A topic
Vinyl
for-
sounds better, doesn't it? than-
Oh, it
than
does. Yeah,
CD,
it does.
Everything
The,
does.
the topic of obscure TV shows fascinates me. I need to go back and do a lot of that again. But when you bring up old shows like that, and no
Oh,
one-
listen, does anybody
amazing.
remember Search Control? I bet you no one remembers that
You mean
show.
Search Control? Is
Search
it British?
Control. There was
I
a
remember-
show called Search Control with the guy who played Mickey and Rocky. Look that up, Father. Nobody remembers that show.
It's called Search.
Nobody
Just
apart
Meredith.
from
It's actually
me.
called Search.
What's
Search
that?
Control. Maybe Search Control over there. It's Burgess Meredith. Hugh
Yeah.
O'Brien was on
Oh,
it. It was in the early 70s.
1979 or 73?
No, early. Yes, that was a
So
great
was it-
show.
What was it called
Sir-
in America then? Because it was called Search Control over in the UK.
The pilot was called Probe. Then the series was called Search. And I didn't know it was called Search Control over there. It just finally came out on the Warner Archive. Search was fun. They had 3 different stars that
Yeah,
rotated.
they did.
Hugh,
Yeah.
Hugh O'Brien, James Ferrantino.
Yeah.
And God, who was the other guy?
So every
Oh,
week,
that's
was
Doug McClure.
yeah,
And Doug
every
McClure.
week it was a different guy. Every week it was a different guy. So you know what I mean. And Doug
That was a
McCall
good
was one
show.
of them.
He
Yeah, I
was a
thought
spy.
so. Yeah.
And he went
They-
out for not for the government though, but they were an independent organization, and he had this little bracelet, this little necklace he would wear that had a camera, and they were advising him in his ear all the time,
Yeah.
all this stuff to do.
Yeah,
Dude, I didn't know you knew
It
about
has-
that. Search Control is what they call it over there.
Exo Man. I don't know that
Yes.
one.
That's a pilot. That was a
Oh,
good
is
one.
it?
Did
I mean, it's
anybody
kinda
ever
like
watch?
how-
Did Did anybody ever watch Misfits of Science?
Yes.
I heard of it. I never watched it.
I love that show.
Who was
Space
the
Sentinels,
basketball
yes.
player? It was Strech, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ian, I'm still blown away that they called it Search Control. That you knew about it. But you know how obscure
Misfits
that
of
show is?
Science was one of my
In England, it was called
favorite
Search Control, and they used to show it Saturday
Yeah.
nights at 7
Oh.
or 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I said, I got confused because one week it was this hero, and then next week it was another guy, and I'm like, but it's the same. Mickey's still in it, though. You know what I mean? So, and it was pretty good.
Or the Penguin.
The Penguin,
the Penguin.
The classic
Do you know how he did that? Do you know why he did that? This is a true story. It's because they used to make him smoke those. We had a real cigarette at the end. And he used to cough a lot, and they used to say you got to make a penguin noise. And when he was coughing, he just turned it into and that's how he came up with it. Apparently, so there you go.
He was great.
Yeah, he was. It was absolutely terrific. Was that your door, Father?
No, that was my clock. My clock's a little out of whack.
Oh, is it?
So my great uncle was a woodworker. He made clocks for his brothers, and when my great uncle died, I was able to get one of the clocks. The problem is the chime work's 30 years old, and it's not working as well as it should. I took it into a clockmaker. They said they could fix it, but they had to put a new chime in. Well, I don't want to do that because the chime always reminds me of my grandparents.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Do you know what though? Seriously, physical media is disappearing, but you know. If you get stuff like this, if you get like the CDs, like Superman the movie and stuff like that, if you download it, you don't get something like this, do you? If you download the music now, you don't get the inside and get the little booklets and you know all the stuff that you get with you know. It's so this stuff to me is priceless because it so reminds me of when I was a kid. You know,
even the smell of the
physical
ink,
media is
everything.
never going to go away.
Oh man,
they're trying to get rid of it.
Then you got to carry something like this all around.
Get physical.
I know, but the thing is, it's worth it though. I mean, look at this book, man, that they give you when all the information, the music, and everything in this book. It's incredible.
Fantastic.
You know, when you get a new DVD, or at least when DVDs used to came with a lot of printing material inside, or you opened a new game and you get that smell of the ink.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's
it is.
It's just nice to have all the stuff, even if you don't get all the. Because I just rebought the classic Sinbad, the Golden Voyage of Sinbad.
Wow,
nice. Love
but
it.
the DVD has a bunch of stuff on it. I also bought a couple others. It just one of the ones that got Captain Horatio Hornblower with.
Oh yeah,
Gregory
I got
Peck.
that.
Great film.
Oh wait, Gregory Peck?
Yes.
Okay, I got the one with Ian McGowan, or what's his name?
That's Hornblower.
Okay.
This was the 1950 movie made by Raoul Walsh, Gregory Peck. It's kind of a nice mashing of all the Hornblower series, but this one has, it has the radio play on it. It has a funny Bugs Bunny cartoon on it. And it has a bunch of other just neat stuff to have. Even the disc has more on it than what you would get from just downloading.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't have any of the audio commentaries if you're stream. Well, if you stream from Shout Factory, you can get those, but that's the only place doing the audio commentaries.
That's why it's important to get physical media because
yeah.
They're starting editing stuff now. You know, this stupid crowd is starting editing stuff, and you don't get. So if you buy physical media, you got the original and how it is. You know, and that's why it's so important these days.
That's what I do. I purchase the physical media and then I rip it, so I've got it for my iPad for when I'm traveling. But I only rip out. So if it's a movie, it's only the movie comes out. The extras don't get ripped because I like sitting watching the DVD with the extras. Same as TV shows. I'll rip the episodes, but I'll keep the extras on the disc and just watch them. But if I'm traveling,
one to bring up.
My iPad comes with me with everything on it.
Yeah.
So Retro mentioned Gemini Man, and I remember seeing it from Mystery Science Theater 3000 did a movie of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made.
Has anybody not seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Ben Murphy.
I have not.
it was sort of they did The Invisible Man with David McCallum. It didn't last long. That was Harv Bennett, by the way. And then he did Gemini Man, the same show, but with Ben Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just putting on mute.
Because he produced $6 Million Man, of course, then went to producing the Star Trek films, starting with Trek 2. And but yeah, this was a Harv Bennett show. It was kind of cool.
He can only be invisible for a certain amount of time, isn't it?
Look at that outfit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that one, I must admit. Kid Curry.
He was on a great Kid Curry. Thank you. Alias Smith and Jones, one of the greatest westerns of all time.
The thing is, though, Ben Murphy, right? He was on TV everywhere, yet he's not a huge star. It's just really odd when you think about it.
He was great as Kid Curry. I mean, Alias Smith and Jones is a great show.
Yeah.
Well, what the Pete Gould episodes are.
Oh God, yeah.
See, the one that I want to get is The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh,
I used to
that
watch
was
that
great.
all the time. It was on PBS every night and loved it. I just haven't seen it in ages.
Did you see the crack that they did with NCIS?
No.
It was one of the early ones. They asked Gibbs, what did Ducky look like when he's younger? And he looked and says,
"All right."
And I thought, nice callback to The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
He was the best thing on Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was the best thing on Man from U.N.C.L.E. And it was a great show.
Oh, I
yeah,
loved
he was.
Did you know that Shatner and Nimoy were
as well?
Shatner and Nimoy were on an episode in the first season together before Star Trek?
They asked Ian Fleming to give them a name so they can have their lead character, and Ian Fleming came up with Napoleon Solo for them. That's how he got
I
that
did not
name.
know that.
That name was used in Goldfinger, by the way, for a character, remember?
Oh, right.
Before the show.
In fact, he came up both names, didn't he?
That's
Ilya
good, Joe.
Kuryakin and Napoleon Solo he came up with, I think, and then they used that.
Ah.
But the Jerry
Oh,
Goldsmith
I know
theme
which
is
one.
absolutely amazing.
Oh,
isn't
God,
it?
yeah,
The
I
Jerry
love it.
Goldsmith theme. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely fantastic.
The United Network Command for Law and Enforcement.
Yeah.
You know, my
Yeah.
favorite was the Thrush. The technical
Thrush.
hierarchy. Remember the technical hierarchy. It was the technical hierarchy for the removal
Ooh,
of
there you
thunder.
go.
The substation at the end.
Yeah. I was just
Boy.
gonna say Gemini Man was nowhere near as bad as Man from Atlantis with Patrick Duffy.
Oh, yeah.
I was.
I remember as a kid loving that, I must admit.
Oh yeah, Marvel did a comic.
Man from Atlantis was fun. He had the web fingers, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't know. ITV used to show a lot of obscure American shows, didn't they? Do you know anybody? This is not sci-fi, but does anybody remember Vegas?
Yeah,
They had a show called Vegas.
I love Vegas.
Robert Urich.
Yeah, yeah, and
Tony Curtis.
Tony Curtis was in it,
3 years,
wasn't it? Yeah,
Less
yeah.
than 3 years.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the one that I've been wanting to watch is The Persuaders.
Oh, you know
Oh.
what, right? I
Oh.
love The Persuaders. That was way before its time. That's why it got cancelled, because it was way before its time. You watch it now, you just laugh, and it's a great adventure with those two. Roger Moore
love the
and Tony
theme.
Curtis were amazing together. They had great chemistry, those
Yes.
two.
Do you know the one I used to watch before The Persuaders was The Champions?
Oh, God,
Yeah,
yes,
that
I remember
one.
the champions. Yeah.
I love The Champions.
Superhuman strength and agility, and
The three of them from because they crash landed in Tibet and they were
Yeah.
given. And it was great. I loved that. But The Persuaders as well.
Yeah,
was-
Persuaders, and there was Jason King. I don't know if you remember that one.
Now,
That was
Jason
terrible.
King, that was just so groovy.
Yeah, yeah. What was the other one? Because Jason King came from another show, didn't he? He was a spin-off of that show, and I can't remember what the show was.
It wasn't the Avengers, was it?
No, it was. Oh, I can't remember. It'll come to mind. But I know Jason King was a spin-off of was it Department S? That was it, Department S. He was a spin-off of Department S, and then because he was so popular, they gave him his own show, Jason King. So, yeah, but his fashion sense was absolutely awful, wasn't it? The 70s with that huge tash that came all the way down there.
With the frills and everything. It
Yeah,
was
yeah. That's
hilariously
so
funny in that respect. Meant to say, has anybody seen the one they did? They gave. I'm just trying to even remember his name. It's typical.
Was it British
Jason.
then?
David Jason.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
Top Secret. Yeah.
Basically tried to mash Get Smart.
I gotta take a look at the toys on there.
Clouseau. Say again?
Oh, I watched
I'm just looking at the stuff on your background. You got the Red Dwarf collection, I see.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
Red
I'm
Boys
doing
from
that.
the Dwarf.
I'm doing that. That's my Tuesday
Boys
stream,
from the Dwarf.
and my Wednesday stream
Mhm.
is Red Dwarf.
Oh.
I'm going through season by season.
Got some
Wow.
Babylon 5 dolls up there. Nice.
Yes, I've got them all up above my window as well.
Oh, love it.
And basically, that's what I'm saying. You name something, I've probably got something in my collection.
Have you got a Jason King model?
Unfortunately, no. But I have got. I've got the DVD somewhere. I may
yeah,
even
yeah.
have a video somewhere. I know I've got Sapphire and Steel videos.
Oh,
And
you know what?
nice.
I watched that recently, and I used to be really puzzled when I was a kid, but now I understand everything that's happening in Sapphire and Steel.
See, I can still
Oh,
remember the 11 one.
Yeah.
The one, it was the submarine, because it was a crew who died 11 minutes after the 11th hour of the
Yeah.
11th day, and it was based on that, and that freaked me out when I was a kid. I love it.
But you how it ended, don't you? It ended badly for them,
Yes,
for
it did.
Sapphire and Steel.
The thing is, I always found for Sapphire and Steel was they didn't always have a nice, happy ending.
No, they didn't. But it ended badly for them because they got trapped, didn't they? Trapped in that house, and it was going on for eternity, and it just disappeared. And that's they basically ended up done for, didn't they?
I
at
know
the
what I
end?
was going to show.
And it never ended
need to
up
watch
with
that.
another element turned up, because they usually ended up getting it in the neck as well.
Yeah, yeah.
The guest
Right.
element.
Father, what are you saying?
Has anybody seen the thing for George R. Romero's The Amusement Park?
No.
Oh,
Is it new?
Yeah, I'm going to
No.
bring up the trailer. They
Something
found it. It was a movie that was lost,
Ooh.
and it was commissioned by all people, the Lutheran Society.
Really?
I kid you not. I kid you not.
They did David
Why?
and Goliath, didn't they?
Are you kidding?
I am not kidding. I got the trailer here. Okay, here it is.
Wow.
Until now.
Did Gary sponsor that?
You want your fortune told.
Weird stuff.
what our life is going to be like.
What part of life?
When we get
Lutheran
old.
Are
Society.
you sure?
Yeah.
You must
This
see it
looks
all
weird.
to the end.
There's nothing.
Oh my
outside.
goodness.
I'm going outside anyway. There's nothing outside.
This looks weird. Lost masterpiece.
Times,
I'll be the judge
the
of that.
door will open in your life, and you will step into the amusement park.
Oh my goodness. I'm
This
scared already.
This looks weird.
Future, and curiosity is what you will find there.
Lutheran Society.
So I said Father Lutherans put out David and Goliath.
RogerEbert.com, not Roger Ebert.
You know, Father, you know what this reminds me? Carnival of Souls is what this reminds me of.
In color, yeah.
Yeah, Carnival of Souls. The-
But it,
I've
only
never
in
seen
color.
it.
There's
Yeah.
nothing,
You don't want to.
nothing out there. I'll see for myself. Bye.
I don't know,
Wow.
Davey. This sounds
Okay,
Wow.
it looks awesome. I need it.
But yeah, I mean, it was made by the Lutheran Society. I guess when they saw it, they didn't want to release it.
I wonder why.
Uh-huh.
I wonder why.
So
did they not question it when George Romero's name was brought up?
Yeah, like, oh, it's just the guy that did Night of the Living Dead, you know.
let me see if I can find the wiki on that.
You know all that we Lutherans say about necromancy? Well, guess what? We are getting Romero.
Okay, here we go. Let me. Cat just sat on my other computer, so I had to turn that thing off. Oh, where?
Like, basically the father of modern zombie, culture.
That looks weird. That looks really weird. That poster's weird.
Yes.
But here it is.
yes.
Originally produced in 1973, the amusement park was shelved after the Lutheran Society, which had commissioned it as an educational film about elder abuse and ageism, refused to release it due to its disturbing content.
It's crazy.
You had George
Wow.
Romero make it, dude. What did you expect you were gonna get?
Well,
here's the thing. As I said, the Lutheran churches, I believe, bankrolled Davy and Goliath.
They did.
They did.
And
Yeah.
that was made by Art Clokey, who was a Buddhist. He was a
Okay.
Buddhist. He was a Buddhist, but he made the Davy and Goliath, which the Lutheran Church bankrolled, and I think was pretty successful for them.
that's weird.
Property.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's why they thought, we're on a roll here. Let's go get George Romero.
Yeah, I remember watching Davy Goliath when I was younger.
Yeah.
Oh. Anybody remember any movies that was turned into TV shows? I can name one, Blue Thunder. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It didn't last long. It didn't last long, but I buddy
No,
mine
it
loved
didn't.
Animal House.
Airwolf was better.
Animal House.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, they called it Delta House on TV, and it lasted.
I
2 episodes.
actually was just watching that the other day, the Delta House show.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Where'd you-
Does
oh, my
anybody?
goodness.
Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember The Boy That Could Fly?
Yeah.
That got
Yeah.
turned
I
into a
think so.
TV show.
I
Jay-
didn't know
That
they
got turned
did
into a
it.
TV
Really?
show.
Jay Underwood played The Boy Who Could Fly. Then he played the Human Torch in the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. So
He
he could
did,
fly
yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear they made a TV show of the movie MASH, but I didn't know if it lasted.
It didn't
Yeah,
long
it bombed.
enough.
It only
Yeah,
lasted
I hear
11
the TV show wasn't that popular. It only lasted a season or two.
Yeah, it only lasted about a season.
11. A season or 11. Yeah.
I never
Although
watched
the-
MASH.
Only the
Maybe I
first
should
three
watch it.
seasons are brilliant. The movie's brilliant. Then after that, it got serious, and it became the Alan Alda show, and it lasted longer than the war it was taking place in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
And it was
chicken
this-
episode was
is it
one of the
still
most.
the most
Yeah.
watched final.
I got
Yeah.
to stay up late to
Yeah.
watch that.
MASH.
That finale was the biggest
Yeah,
finale at the time since the last episode of The Fugitive.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When they lost
And then-
Larry Linville, that's when the show went down the toilet.
I'm so with
Yeah.
you there.
Yeah.
Frank Burns was
I agree.
was the key to that show.
And
Even though-
he did one joke. He was a one joke, one off guy. He was so good he made it last for 5 years.
Larry
Yeah.
Linville, underrated. The guy was perfect for that role. I mean, Robert Duvall played him in the movie, and the movie's so different from the show. The movie's
Yeah.
great,
When
but it's
you
very
up,
different.
yeah, when you show up Robert Duvall, you're good.
Yeah.
He
Well,
used to
they-
be on-
Yeah.
yeah, he
There was
on Mannix.
also
I agree.
The Odd Couple that got turned into a TV series
Yeah,
as well.
great
And that
movie,
lasted
great
for a
show.
long time. Yeah.
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 Yeah, both were
Yeah.
good.
The
You gotta hand
remake
it-
Odd Couple wasn't very good,
No,
but the original was.
You got to
Yeah.
hand it to Jack Klugman and Tony Randall because they were taking over from Walter Matthau and Jack
Yeah.
Lemmon,
Yeah,
and that's pretty good. That's pretty amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was talk about unknown shows. Does anybody remember the 1980s Odd Couple, the black one, with Ron Glass?
And
I
Glad to
thought
play-
they were trying to do that again.
yeah,
the guy who played who was on Sanford and Son
who
moved
played Lamont. Yeah,
played Lamont. I forget his name. Desmond.
Sanford and Son is Steptoe and Son in England.
yes,
It is, but it's still great. But yeah, it is one of the few American shows that adapted a British show that actually was successful because they've done it. We tried. We ripped you guys off zillions of times.
yeah.
The
All in
Office up
Family.
until season 4.
All in the
Yeah.
Family and Sanford and Son were the two biggest until The Office.
And then there was Three's Company, which is Man About
And
the
Three's
House in
Company,
England. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Sorry,
love
My
Three's
problem with
Company.
The Office, and I went to the Office convention back in 2007 when it was in Scranton, because I was going to seminary in Philadelphia and I had a free weekend, so I blew my whole deacon stipend for a month and went to the convention. But the problem is, I'll bring up a picture. The problem is, after season 4, it became more focused on outside the office, where the original is the documentary within the office.
Yeah.
But I found a lot of programs do that. Do you remember London's Burning?
Yes.
Yes.
That was great when it was all about the fire and the firehouse.
Yeah.
See, as soon as they started taking it outside,
Yeah.
right? They did the same with Soldier.
Yes, they
When
did.
it was about the army, fine. As soon as they started showing relationships out with it,
Yeah.
when they've got a good concept, they decide they has to expand, and that's
Yeah.
what kills it.
Yeah. In fact, the only show, in my opinion, that when it went, I think it went 6 seasons, and every season was different from the other season, was Fringe. Would you believe? Fringe started off like X-Files, and then suddenly it was something else, and then suddenly it was something else, and they had different versions of the Earth and stuff. You know what I mean? It was pretty well done.
It's almost like a restart every season.
Yeah. Who are these people here?
That's Jan and Kelly.
Oh, his father.
You look like a totally different person there.
Creed. Well, I was a lot thinner then.
Ooh.
You see. That's cousin Mose, the guy that did Parks and Rec.
Right.
I was not ready for this picture. But I paid a little bit extra to do the VIP pass. But Creed did play, and that was pretty cool. I think that was Ed Truck, or no, the refrigeration guy. But it was worth it. I mean, I made a weekend out of it.
Cool. Well, good time.
I'm trying to see if there's any others.
Father's thinner there because he spent all his money on this and not food.
Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, we lost Derek.
Derek. Yeah. Okay.
Lost
well, we have no title card still. So
yeah, nothing yet. I've been checking.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for 4:30 Central, but that goes.
But
I think this week's going to be good. So
do you know Doc Martin was a movie before it became a TV show?
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
PJ, did you know that?
No, I didn't. I only remember Doc Martin with. Did that again?
Clunes.
Did anybody ever watch Bosom Buddies?
Yeah,
yes. Bosom Buddies.
Yeah. Oh yes, Bosom Buddies.
It was based on Some Like It Hot.
Peter Scolari and some guy named Hanks.
Yeah, based on.
Yeah, I don't know who this Hanks guy is.
But he was in
Some Like It Hot.
Was he not? Was he not in that family drama thing? Wasn't he? Was a sitcom.
Family Ties.
Family Ties.
He was a reoccurring character.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was quite funny in that as well.
Yeah.
So
Scolari was on Newhart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Newhart's probably one of the most underrated comedies I still
that was one of the greatest shows ever.
Yeah. And what about Mork? He originated from Happy Days, didn't he?
Yeah. Which one? Mork did, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Mork, you mean? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I used to like that show.
Every time I used to watch Mork Monday, I just couldn't stop myself laughing at the female character's proper name, Pam Dauber. Please stop me laughing.
She was lovely.
Every time I heard that Pam Dauber, and I just
she was really lovely.
Thing, but I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I love Pam Dauber.
She's married to the guy who plays Jeffro in that
Max Bear Jr.
She's married to Max Bear Jr.
She's married to that guy that's in that long running.
Dietrich Bader.
You know that what's his name? Jeffro. We were just talking about it with the guy who was in Men from Uncle, Ducky.
Oh.
What's that show
called?
NCIS. Yeah, she's married to him. She's married to Mark.
She's married to David McCallum.
Mark Harmon.
Mark
Harmon.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think she's married to Mark Harmon.
Could be.
But it was just unfortunate. Every time I heard her name, I just rolled around laughing. But I was a bit younger. I wouldn't say a kid, but I was definitely a bit younger.
She's very sweet. I used to fancy her when I was a kid.
I think a lot of guys did. Yeah, we all did.
Well, Aaron Gray.
Aaron Gray. Oh, don't even talk to me about Aaron Gray. Oh, jeez.
I met her when she was much older, and she still was super wonderful.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Yeah.
You see, there's a Friends reunion, and all the girls look all right, but all the men look all bloaty and gray.
I got one. Ginny Agatha.
Oh my!
Logan's Run.
Oh my!
Logan's Run and also Walkabout. Sorry, I was a kid, but Walkabout.
And Walkabout too.
Yes, Walkabout.
Yeah.
There's an obscure one, Jean Marie Hahn. If you ever saw Arc 2.
Arc 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Jean Marie Hahn is now like 65. Is better looking now than she was when she was in Arc 2.
She was pretty good looking on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She was like 18 or 19.
Oh, Aaron Gray. And that's Gil Gerard as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's
just comparing the two.
Yes.
Yeah, she's his agent actually for this content and everything now.
All right.
And
He
for
never,
other
he
people.
never did spring from because he from Buck Rogers he was done for, wasn't he? He didn't really
I think
go
he did
anywhere
like
after Buck
a
Rogers.
TV movie, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You can say what you want about the guy's versatility as an actor. As Buck Rogers, he nailed it so great.
He did.
I mean, the show had a lot of if you're being honest, as in not looking through a kid's eyes, I still love to watch it. The stories, they had a lot of dumb stories and hokey stories. He is so cool as Buck.
Yes.
You don't care. He carries it. I mean, I don't care if he could never do any kind of acting in his life. As that character, I can't. I mean, he is fantastic. Perfect. He eats the screen up. He is perfection in that role. I mean it. I mean, I think he's great.
It's really funny because I equate him with Uric, that was from Vegas, and the guy that was in Airwolf. They all seem very similar to me.
Robert Uric and Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah, they all seem very square jaw American looking.
Robert Uric was also
Robert
was on Spencer for Hire.
Yeah,
yes.
And Robert Uric did.
He died.
Yeah,
he's been dead. Good heavens! I thought he was still living.
No, he wasn't he also the captain on the short-lived revival of the Love Boat?
I think so.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
He was in Lonesome Dove.
Yeah,
he was in Ice Pirates.
Yes,
and he was of course
Ice Pirates was good.
Spencer for Hire, the Robert B. Parker novel series. He played Spencer for Hire on that, and he was kind of that was cool with by the way the great Avery Brooks as Hawk. You know, the show spinoff.
Yeah. Anybody remember Matt Houston?
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Lee Horsley? Whatever happened
I don't
to Lee
know.
Horsley?
But his partner was gorgeous. Who was the girl that was with
She
him?
was Princess Ardala on Buck
That's
Rogers.
it.
It was
Yeah, Princess
Pamela
Ardala.
Hensley.
Yeah, man.
That's the only thing she ever did after that, by the way. She never popped up again.
she just disappeared. Yeah.
I love Pamela Hensley. Matt Houston was a pretty good show.
Now here's an old one. I
Wow.
remember as a kid,
Lime
Samantha
Street?
Smith, the one that wrote the Soviet premiere that ended up dying in a plane crash. She got to go to the Soviet Union for a summer.
Oh, it's a shame.
She ended up starring on the... Huh?
I don't remember this one, Father. It was a show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of went kaput after she got killed
Robert
in
Wagner?
real life. Yeah. No, I was getting Robert Wagner mixed up with Robert Ulrich.
I mean, Uric? Oh, okay. I got you. He's still around, Robert Wagner, I believe, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, the other one is. The question is, did he kill, what's her name?
Natalie Wood.
Natalie
Why
Wood.
would
Did
he
he
do
kill
that?
Natalie Wood?
I hope not. That's all you can say, because who knows? It's believed that he did, by some.
But heart to heart, mate. Tell you.
Heart to heart.
Remember that show, Heart to Heart?
I loved Max.
Yeah.
Stephanie Powell.
Yeah, Max. That was a fun show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
That's true, number one. Congrats, wonderful number one there. Yes.
Heart to Heart.
Oh,
That
yes.
was a good show.
Biggles.
Biggles.
That was a weird movie.
Yeah.
It was.
Great song.
Biggles.
I don't know if many people have seen that one or not.
The time travel movie.
Did anyone ever see a show called Now and Again?
Yes.
Yeah.
You seen
Was
it?
there a show called Fantastic Journey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Journey, Roddy McDowell's on that.
That's it. Freddie McDowell. Yeah.
Now and again, landed on the most infuriating cliffhanger.
Yes.
Oh, it'll make you cry. It's like, why? We're never going to see what. Oh, I know what happened, but I don't know what happened. But I'll never know what happened. I'm like,
And there was a show based on the movie Logan's Run. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there
George
was.
Hamilton.
13 episodes.
Yeah.
A really good episode written by Harlan Ellison,
Harlan Ellison did write an episode.
which is
They
really
kept
good.
trying though, because sci-fi was never working on American TV. They kept trying and trying, didn't they?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I don't think that the Planet of the Apes was a huge success either, was it? When they did the TV
show, no.
show,
It was a great show, though.
It wasn't. I remember nobody watched
There was some
it.
good aspects on it, and the amount of money they must have done. Like the very first episode of the TV show, they actually dug the crater where the ship was meant to land, and it looked like they actually cleared quite a bit of thing because it wasn't CGI'd in or anything. I was literally they dug up.
There were only
the
13
crack area.
episodes. There were only 13
Yeah.
episodes of Planet of the Apes, but it was a great show, and Roddy McDowell was terrific on there.
he was. He was.
Good make.
I love it.
everything.
I watched
Yeah.
them over and over again. Still watch them to this day all the time.
What?
It's
They're
so
gonna
good.
have Carrie instead of
I think they were supposed to have both.
Krista
weren't they?
Meyer.
No,
They
next
said
week.
both.
Christy, I thought Christy was supposed to be on tonight.
No, Christy is next week. This week is Katie, if I'm correct. Yeah, Katie.
Yeah.
Raquel, it was called Logan's Run, just like the movie, the TV series.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, anyone, you were talking about CGI and practical effects. Did anyone watch the Dinotopia series?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I did.
Was that
I
the
haven't seen-
Hallmark dinosaur show?
Oh,
That was the
yeah,
one who went back on time with that portal.
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that CGI was not good, but the series was so enjoyable.
I would have
Raquel's
bumped out of
gonna
Is
here.
with CGI, I don't think it's never a major plot destroyer.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to bump out of here, guys. I just want to say thank you. Looking back on Gilbert Godfrey, one of the things he interviewed, if you want to talk about crappy shows, he finally got to interview Jeff Altman, who was the Jeff in Pink Lady and Jeff.
Oh my God.
He finally got to interview. He's been trying to hunt him down for a while.
Oh, my
Check
goodness.
that out in some of his other shows.
Oh,
But
dear.
everybody, thank you.
Weird.
Father, thank you very much.
Glad you
Bless
can,
you.
yeah. Glad you could make it.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
And
Nice
everybody
meeting you.
enjoy
For
the
those-
show. See
Bye.
you later.
See you
For
soon.
those still
Right.
watching, we're going to end as soon as the show goes live. So
That's right.
it probably will be
But-
very abrupt.
By
Alright,
the show,
see you
by the
later.
show, he means everyone Friday Night Tights, of course.
Yeah, Friday
of
night.
course.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's why everybody's here.
I know.
So-
I figure someone might not know what they might just think you're just hanging out,
We're hanging out. We're hanging out, and we're talking nonsense.
which we are.
You know?
Yeah.
They got
That's
a
what
card
we
up
do.
for it. They got a card up for it. I can't
Yeah,
find
the
it.
They
card's
do.
already up.
Do you remember that show, Man Called Sloan?
Oh yeah,
No.
No, it
didn't
had
last long. Robert Conrad.
William Conrad was in it. It was he played a secret agent, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had a sidekick called Talk, and he had a metal hand. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It didn't last long either.
No, it
Did
didn't.
anybody remember Data Man
Yes, yes,
with his friendly cursor?
yes.
That
was.
I used to love that.
I can't believe you
I
guys
must
got all
admit,
those shows.
I thought it was
Auto Man. Yeah, it was.
Auto
strange.
Man.
Yeah, very
Data Man.
strange.
I don't know about
So
Data Man, but
Auto
Auto Man.
Man- Automan's silly, but and yes, it has Desi Arnaz Jr., but it does have the great Robert Lansing.
Well,
I used to love that growing up. I must admit, it's still it's a guilty pleasure still watching it.
It was because of Tron. That's why they made that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was trying to be like Tron,
Oh,
wasn't it? So.
Oh, I couldn't wait till it came on. I recorded every episode, all 6 episodes. Couldn't wait for that to come on.
All 6 and it's gone.
All 6 and it's over. Like back then, look, something again. There's the thing. Back then, anytime they announced to do science fiction or fantasy related type of a show, it was only going to be one. We would get the new TV guide, and Radio Times, I believe you chaps over there.
Yeah.
And you do the we'd all look at the fall premiere issue and go, we look at that's going to get cast, that won't last, that won't last, that won't. If it were science fiction fantasy, we wrote it up, no shot. We were all going to watch it, but we knew it wasn't going to last.
I gotta play this one because I think we all like it.
Going in.
When you see who the guest star is on it. Oh, I forgot the sound.
Oh,
Hold
Police
on.
Squad.
Hold on.
Police Squad.
Oh,
I have the box set.
yes, it's one of the greatest.
Here we go.
How many episodes was made of that though? It was a very short run, wasn't it?
6. Also 6. This was a masterpiece of television.
Well, that was ahead of its time. Basically, they said they cancelled it because it was too funny.
Yeah.
They said it was too. They said it was too cerebral.
I remember
Yeah,
these.
Police Squad was awesome.
This show is wonderful.
Yeah, this show was just ahead of its
It's so
time.
full of the screen's always full of visual jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember this was amazing.
Raquel,
The
if
special
you want to
guest, you
see
gotta-
another
you gotta get
show,
the special guest.
yeah, look at that.
Because at the end,
is
and you
exactly
would see
what-
him with the glasses going,
This is great.
and looking round, and you could see somebody was just moving the background. You realize that everybody stopped.
Special guest star, William. That's foreshadowing his T.J. Hooker years. You know?
Remember the one with Florence Henderson?
Yeah.
They supposedly had one with John Belushi that they canceled after he died.
That's right. That's right. Good. That's a good. I forgot about
Because
that.
he was supposed to be drowning at the bottom of the sea, I think.
All right.
Under
Yeah.
the sea.
What was that?
Under the sea.
What was
You
that
know
show
it's
with
wetter.
Lee
Down where
Majors?
it's better.
Paul guy.
Poor Guy. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
girl
Oh.
that comes through the thing like that. Who's the girl that comes through the thing every episode?
Heather Thomas.
Heather Thomas. Oh,
And Lee Majors sung the theme song.
God,
Yes,
for
yeah.
the show.
that's my contention, Father. That it probably challenged the faith of many people in belief of an afterlife when Lee Majors was allowed to sing on television, and he sang years before that in the first appearance of the Bionic Woman on the Second Diamond show.
Shredder singing Rocket Man.
Oh God.
But that's true.
Rocket Man.
Lee Majors was worse.
Oh,
Yes.
Leonard
Yes, he was.
Nimoy
It
singing.
was a fun
was
show, though.
good.
Fall Guy was silly fun.
Yeah, it was complete and utter nonsense. Let's face it, but it was just to showcase the stunt people.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, that's basically what it was.
Yeah, he was a stunt man who, between stunt jobs, couldn't afford a living, so he had to become a bounty
hunter. Yeah, yeah.
And
I
of course,
love Fall
there was an
Guy.
episode where he fought a ninja and beat him. Okay,
If anybody remembers the Lee Van Cleef
or a
the
samurai or whatever.
And there's always that image of him in the bathtub outside his house with a cigar in his mouth. That is that in the credits, opening credits or something? Was
Yeah,
it?
it is. It's in
credits,
the opening
yeah.
credits.
With the rubber ducky.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. It was
learned
weird.
to love the
Here we go.
ladies. Hey, hey.
Oh, this is good. This is a fun show.
Oh, I remember this
Hard
show.
Castle,
Yeah.
Love the song.
I love that car.
Okay.
I love that card they had.
Brian Keith.
Love the hairstyle.
My favorite part was the car.
Iron and steel in the palm of your hand.
This song is awful.
Yeah. Brian Keith was a judge.
I'd never even heard of this one.
Remember this guy was in Star Trek Insurrection?
He was.
This car was so small it could go under a truck.
I'll show you the other one I remember. I don't know if you would remember Dark Justice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
As a cop, I lost my collars to legal loopholes.
This is
but I
really
believed in the
good.
system. As a DA, I lost my cases to crooked lawyers, but I believed in the system. As a judge, my hands were bound by the letter of the law, but I believed in the system. Until it took my life away.
What's the show called?
Dark
And then I
Justice.
stopped believing in the system.
Yeah.
And started believing in justice.
Dark Justice, let's go!
That's beautiful.
Dude, he was so awesome, and he was on the bike.
This kind of reminds me of Sword of Justice. Remember that one?
This was on CBS too.
It was a late night thing.
Yeah, it was a late
Father.
night thing. It was pretty freaking cool.
Father, do you ever watch The Pretender?
Yeah. Yeah,
That was
for
a
a
great
season. For a season. But I would
It
like to
lasted
get
4
the
years.
Hardcastle. Yeah, I know. The Hardcastle and the Karmic's like $60 to get the whole series on DVD.
Really?
That's
It's a little bit more than I could afford.
Well,
Wow.
Does anybody remember The Real McCoy with Tony Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
No.
That didn't last long either. That one. That was.
Well,
that
that
was
was
shown
called. It was called McCoy over here, I believe. Wasn't that part of the like McLeod and Columbo, like the mystery NBC mystery movie or something?
Okay, that's
in the early 70s.
Yeah, they
1976.
changed it because there was the Real McCoy's TV show. So
Yeah,
over
Real
here
McCoys.
it was McCoy.
Oh,
McCoy
okay.
and McCoy's. Yeah.
For Brendan.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch that? Did anyone watch the 2007 Flash Gordon series?
No, I was
With
talking
the
about it.
cartoon?
It was good.
It's good.
No, it was live action. They played.
Live
They aired
action,
it on
that was one of
Sci-Fi.
the
Oh
worst
yeah,
That was
okay.
terrible. Dude,
Yeah, it was bad.
that you talking about that Steve Gordon thing, as I called it, from Sci-Fi
Yeah.
Channel? Oh,
Yeah.
that
Hey
was
Draco,
bad, man.
what's up,
It
brother?
was good.
Good to see you,
That was
Draco.
horrible.
Yeah. Oh.
So I would put the link in, but I'm expecting we're going to be done in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, just go out on the Fall Guys song, Father.
Oh, well, I don't
Play the
know. I
Fall
don't know
Guy
if
and
I'm going to
aggravate
get.
everybody.
I'm not sure if I'm going to get copyrighted on this, but I'm not. I still got a ways to go for monetization.
So hold on. So it was Heather Thomas in Fall Guy, and who was in TJ Hooker? There was a good-looking
Heather
girl. in
Locklear.
TJ Hooker.
Heather Locklear.
Oh,
Heather
yeah,
Locklear.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
She was beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I just
they're
got done
both
watching the first 2 seasons.
Old TJ Hooker. You ever watch the Shatner Nimoy episode of TJ Hooker? The Nimoy episode?
I did. I think it's streaming on Tubi.
I've been seen with Sarah.
I love the Fall Guy.
A Fall Guy. It was a huge hit. Huge hit.
Yeah. It was big here in the United States.
I loved it. I had a truck like that, though.
There, out there.
Silver Streak.
Yeah, it is.
Hey.
And if it wasn't for Hooper, this show would never have been made.
You know, Farrah Fawcett was in the pilot, I think.
She was, yeah.
Okay. I just saw what Heather Thomas is wearing. We're not watching that.
Oh no!
No. Oh, that the bikini.
Yeah. Not doing that. It's not a religious stream, but I am a priest. So.
Everyone had that poster, so
one more
I had that poster too.
Well, I hear you.
But I was gonna say, it's not the worst theme song. I mean, Chuck Norris did pretty good with his.
I'm just kind of joking around. I just thought it was silly, but that was a fun show.
With
I don't remember. I think A-Team was on it that night.
A-Team.
Eventually it came up. Yeah, it was a fun show.
Did anybody ever watch Voyagers about Phineas Fogg and the time travel thing he had?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
That's when you had to wait for shows to come on. You couldn't just.
And if you missed it, you
stream
got to
them.
wait till the spring to see the next one.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. That's,
You
that's
know the one show
discipline.
I'm still trying to get on DVD?
What's that?
The Master, Lee Van Cleef.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes, indeed.
That
With,
stuntman
what's
was
his name?
terrible for him, wasn't it?
What's that kid
Oh,
You can always tell when he was a stuntman. Always
I'll
tell
tell you
when
what
he's
I've
a
been.
stuntman.
So
Van
one of
Patten
the things
kid?
I've been watching a lot on YouTube. Let me bring this up. They got there's a station that's been bringing up all the space launches.
Nice.
I mean, this is the first attempt, 1981.
Simon and Simon. Raquel knows Simon and Simon. Love that.
Oh,
3.5 hours.
I love Simon and Simon, Raquel.
Live from the Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral.
But I mean, it's. I don't know. Did I watch Simon and Simon? No,
I love
didn't.
that show. It was cool.
I just started rewatching The Equalizer.
Oh, I
cool.
love The Equalizer.
Love
Equalizer. Especially season 1.
Not the
So
Queen Latifah one.
No, not that one.
No, the
No,
proper
not
one.
that at all.
Y'all knew that the guy plays Johnny and Cobra Kai, and of course,
Yeah.
Karate Kids was his
Yeah,
son
he
on
was
that
in
show.
it. Yeah,
Right?
I
he
didn't
was,
know that
yeah.
until partway through it.
He did. He was in there. Yeah.
I'd forgotten that, and I didn't realize it, and then heard him after watching Cobra Kai. Yeah, that was a great show. I mean, and again,
It
look,
was.
I like Denzel Washington and all. That's nothing to do with the old show either. It was
Never
best
saw the
when
movie.
it was a British. I didn't see the second. I saw the first, but it's best when he's a former British agent. The
Edward
elegance of
Woodward.
him. The elegance of what's
Woodward.
his name? Edward Woodward. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty good. He used to be in Callan. That's that Callan, that show, Callan.
Oh,
Ran
yeah.
for 6 years or some nonsense like that, didn't it, Callan? It was
We
so popular.
sidekick Birdie.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I mean, it was shot on film originally, and then it ended up being shot on video towards the end. I think it was like the 6th season, or actually, I think the last 3 seasons were shot on video, and it kind of brought it down a bit, but it was still a good show though. He was really good in it. Edward Woodward, absolutely brilliant. And that's where the producers we were looking for someone for the Equalizer, and they saw that show, and they called him in, but didn't realize that he had aged. So when they called him in, they were like, "Oh, you're a lot older," but they still cast him as anyway. So
how about that theme? That electric themes. Oh man,
yeah. That was the guy from Police. If you're talking about the Equalizer,
Stuart Copeland.
Yeah, Stuart Copeland did the theme for the
Equalizer.
So
this, I was thinking of the Avenger, or no, the Prisoner. It got me thinking of this one.
What's this one?
Yeah, this didn't last long at all.
No, it didn't.
It was talking about, wasn't he a coroner or something like Quincy? He was a doctor.
Kind of.
I love this man. I love Patrick McGowan.
Yeah. Very, very intelligent man. In fact, too intelligent.
Yeah, he was a different kind of cat.
Yeah. His shows were way, way beyond its time, especially The Prisoner.
Yeah, Prisoner was the best.
Yeah. And he ended up directing when he went out to America. He stopped acting. He directed loads of episodes of Columbo, and he actually starred in Columbo as well. So he ended up becoming a director.
Well, was his last movie The Braveheart?
I think so.
Yes, he was in that. Yes, he was.
I don't know if it was his last, but yeah, I mean,
he was showing his age in that.
He played King.
Yes, he was a devout Catholic father, as you probably know, and
I think so much so. Did that. Well, he's Irish.
He turned down the role of James Bond, and instead it went to Sean Connery. Got his suggestion because he felt Bond was too much of a killer and a womanizer, and didn't want to play any more character like that.
Well, good for him.
I mean, he
did good for himself. I mean,
yeah, he won 2 Emmys for 2 different Columbo episodes.
Yeah.
I've inherited the Columbo DVD collection from my mum. It was her favorite thing of all time. So every DVD came out, she bought it, and I've inherited them all single parts. So it wasn't a box set; it was all individual movies.
I love Columbo. Absolutely adore it. I think the show was very unique. It was the show that showed you who the murderer was, and then it worked backwards from there. There's no other show that does that.
No action, no shootout at the end.
No.
He never pulls a gun.
No.
Excuse me, sir. I'm going to kill you with kindness and act like
I gotta say,
I'm going to get
one more thing.
Where'd you get those shoes?
2 of my favorite Peter Falk movies are The Great Race and A Pocketful of Miracles.
All right. I thought you was going to mention what was that film?
The In-Laws was great.
The In-Laws was fun. Yeah.
Peter Falk's fantastic, man.
Yeah, he is. Great actor. Fantastic actor. Really, really good actor. I loved Columbo. I thought Columbo was fantastic.
Oh, God, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And very, very simple as well. Never saw his wife, never saw any of his personal life. Just concentrating on who he was.
Columbo show.
That was terrible.
Kate Mulgrew.
That was terrible.
Mrs. Columbo. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a Catholic one here. Kate Mulgrew was in 1980's Time for Miracles, where she played Elizabeth Ann Seton, the first American Catholic saint.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I have it on DVD because I used to show it to my kids when I taught.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, she
did. You ever watched
Columbo?
They
kind of just ignore it. I mean, they never speak of it.
Yeah.
When they brought Columbo back in the 80s or 90s?
Yeah.
And they just my wife, I'll tell you what. And he just mentioned her again.
Yeah, Columbo was terrific. And remember Macmillan and Wife?
Oh my God!
I never watched it.
No, I watched one. That was enough for me.
You know the thing, I loved it. I loved Rock Hudson
King.
And
what's that?
Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
King, yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, Macmillan and Wife. After a while, Rock Hudson left it. Excuse me, he didn't. Susan St. James left it, and it became Macmillan.
Yeah.
And they said his wife died. And it was like it wasn't the same without the program.
I did like. What's the show you mentioned there, PJ?
Scarecrow,
Mrs. King.
I watched that because of Kate Jackson.
Kate Jackson was hot.
I really fancied her, so I watched it because of her.
Yeah, because Scarecrow didn't bother us. Mrs. King.
Yeah, it was Mrs. King. But talking about her, I mean, we got to mention Charlie's Angels, didn't we? Charlie's Angels.
Which one?
The original, right?
Yes.
The original.
The real one.
Classic.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they were all gorgeous, all three of them, just fantastic,
yeah.
absolutely
Oh.
fantastic. It doesn't
I
matter if
never-
they're wearing flares, they still look good.
Oh,
Typical strong female leads.
Yeah.
Banachek. Someone mentioned George Papard.
Banachek.
That was
yes.
a great show. I love Banachek. George
What about-
Papard was fantastic.
What about
I don't think I
August?
remember that one.
Dan August. Anybody remember that one? Burt Reynolds.
No.
Oh, okay. Sure. How about
He's
Heck
a private
Ramsey?
detective.
Anyone remember Heck Ramsey?
No.
The great Richard Boone from the greatest Western TV show of all
Beretta.
time.
Anybody remember him?
Accidental Travel.
Beretta.
Yeah, I remember Beretta.
Beretta.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Man, I don't think I've seen a full episode of it.
No.
I used to watch it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
What about Cannon? Frank Cannon.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Cannon. Yeah,
That was all right. That was
William
all right.
Conrad.
Yeah. And don't forget the Rockford Files. That was amazing.
Greatest
I used to watch
detective
every
show.
episode of that.
Rockford's the greatest detective show of all time. By the way, did you know?
It's Columbo?
No, well, it was a private detective show. Capital.
All right.
They're different genres.
Yeah.
But did you know Cannon and Barnaby Jones were in the same universe? One spun
Yes,
off
they
the other?
was. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they appeared in each other's shows, didn't they? At one point, there was a crossover.
Well, they did a promo for that.
Yeah.
Well, now Hawaii Five-O's in the same universe as Magnum, isn't it? Because in the latest one, they have a crossover between them both, don't they? So
they don't matter to me. Only Jack Lord and
Jack Lord. Jack Lord used to wear that suit all the time. He was in Hawaii. He wore that suit all the time.
It reminds me of the Death in Paradise.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. But it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, why would they be dressed in suits? I mean, it was like boiling, wasn't it? Like we were talking about Hawaii here. But anyway, that wonderful shot where it zooms into him. In the beginning, where he turns around that balcony and it just zooms straight into him. Fantastic.
Mannix was a great PI show, but he could fight and he was kind of a badass. Rockford got his butt kicked all the time.
He did. He always used to get hit with a gun on his head.
Oh, he got beat up. Oh.
Do you know how heavy those guns are? If you got hit in the head with a gun, you won't wake up. You'll be in hospital with a cracked skull. Those guns are really heavy. He used to get up with a bruise on his head. I'm like, what?
This is one I cannot find anything beyond the opening credits. Wait to see who's in it.
Who's in it? Oh, VHS.
Chicago Teddy Bears.
What's this?
What in the Wow.
What is that?
Hey, making me think of the Bearcats.
Makes me think of Harold Lloyd for some reason.
Yeah, it looks like it does look like Harold Lloyd. This is a show.
I don't even know what this is.
Nope.
Dean Jones.
Oh wow, Dean Jones.
The Chicago Teddy Bears.
Never heard of it. Seriously.
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of this
It
show.
didn't last very long, but this is the one that's going to be more impressive when you see who's on it.
I remember Dean Jones from the Disney movies.
Yeah, so do I.
John Banner.
Wow. I know nothing. Gross.
I see nothing. I know nothing.
Yeah. It didn't last very long.
You ever see Barbary Coast?
I've heard of it.
Shatner.
William Shatner was in that, was he?
Yeah, it was like the last of the year. Sort of like they were trying to be sort of a. It took place, of course, in the early 1900s, and it was kind of he was a master of disguise, similar to Artemis Gordon of Wild Wild West. And I think it was him and oh god, who was down there with him? The pilot was someone else, but I think Doug McClure was on there with him and stuff like that, or something like that. I forget who was on him. But
what about the Magician? The Magician with Bill Bixby.
Oh yeah,
that was a good show.
Yeah,
I like that show. That was all right. I kind of liked it. Can't remember most of the episodes though, only a few. But I was very young when it came out.
Remember, he was on with My Favorite Martian with Ray Walston, and then on the Incredible Hulk, Ray Walston guested on there when he played a magician.
Yeah,
in the episode.
I used to like the Incredible Hulk because you knew that the Hulk only appears twice in each episode as a kid. So, if you miss him the first time, you'd be like, oh, damn it. But it was really good, wasn't it? They used to beat him up and they always used to throw him so that they couldn't see him change. Throw him over the bar.
The Incredible social worker, they should have called him. So he'd stroll into town, get a job, make friends, solve everybody's problems. By the end, he needs to leave again after 2 Hulk outs.
By the way, Chloe, I already finished downloading it. I have the whole show.
Oh, cool.
Every single episode.
It's fun to watch. Bill Bitch was brilliant.
The Hulk was based on, in fact, Kung Fu. The whole the concept of it, wasn't it?
And the Fugitive.
Jesus,
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
And the Fugitive, really.
Yeah, he grew a hair. I was like, yeah. I remember that when I was little.
Beautiful.
It was.
He's like, dun 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 dun, and like threw him.
The Hulk was more of the Fugitive concept, though. Because
it was.
You know something? If you watch that now, and when you watch it, Pablo, you'll realize back then you could do that story because there was no internet, there was no high technology. You could, it works. Like the old Invader show of the '60s worked because there's no communication network like it is now.
Yeah.
You could not do the same story with someone just wandering all over.
Oh, no kidding! It's like
getting jobs.
If only they had a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like if you watch the movie Commando, well, Schwarzenegger has a cell phone. His daughter's dead the first 2 seconds. But he can chase the guy down and keep him getting to a payphone. Anyway.
I liked Kung Fu as well. I thought Kung Fu was a pretty good show. It was. It wasn't all about the fighting. It was about the wisdom as well. I thought that was.
Yeah, but that was originally written for Bruce Lee.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I hear about Kung Fu, there's another series that was playing always along Kung Fu, and that was Bonanza.
Bonanza. Oh my God.
14 years.
Bonanza.
Hey, if any of you
I've gone for long enough that the Simpsons made a joke about the surviving cast.
Yeah.
Are they still alive?
Any woman that married a Cartwright was doomed.
Yeah.
If you ever see that last episode they made of that show when they didn't know when they were getting canceled, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in television ever.
Oh, I don't know. Little House in the Prairie blowing up their village was pretty good.
Yeah. How did that end? The village got blown up.
Yeah, that was one of the TV movies.
Oh,
that's just like with Alf. Alf got the end of Alf was he got captured and it was all doom and gloom. Like,
and then made the movie to actually
basically killed him at the end of Alf. Like,
well, let's face it, he deserved to die, Alf.
They killed him. The whole series, you're like, oh, this is going to end up on a good note. No, Alf died.
But talking about dark endings, what about dinosaurs? That ended badly, didn't it?
Oh,
okay.
We're going to end because the show's going live. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch up
Bye.
later.